What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Luna has just hopped off of my lap after recognizing perhaps that it's going to be difficult for her to lay there while I have a wheel in my lap. A wheel for steering a truck sort of deal. How we doing? Welcome to the stream. Nice of you to join us. What's up, Wubblins and Skippy and Umbra? Thank you all for joining, and thanks for leaving a like on your way in. You might be noticing that I've got kind of a new microphone mount. It's actually not new. It came with this microphone. I just didn't use it because it was bulky and annoying. But the microphone mount that I've used for like 6 years, the plastic that like keeps the microphone attached to the mic arm just like snapped yesterday. So didn't really have much of a choice. So now I have to deal with this bulky son of a bitch. Weird that they made an expansion for a place that doesn't exist. Well, you know, they're running out of territory, so they got to start, you know, making shit up. What's up, Pete? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking on the way in. I would love to see some, like, American Truck Sim crossover DLC where they just, like, take you to weird places. Like fucking American Truck Sim Eorzea DLC. American Truck Sim Orgrimmar. American Truck Sim France, you know, just weird shit that doesn't exist, you know. Planning to add Mordor soon. American Truck Sim, but you're driving through Krot. Hey, they've probably got roads, you know, that those horse carriages got to go somewhere. Narrow roads maybe, but with the trucker of my skill, they can get there, you know. So how are we doing today, folks? Welcome to the stream. Nice of you to join us. As some of you may already be aware, we're going to be playing some American Truck Sim. I'm going to be doing some American Truck Sim Iowa DLC. And I think it's going to be really nice. I think it's going to be really fun. How's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? What have we got going on? Liza Peak is going well. Good. I'm glad. Liza Peak is a fun game. I'll be playing it on Saturday. I'll be playing the new DLC on Saturday. I won't be starting from the beginning. I've already beat the base game, but no signal. American Truck Sim France almost sounds like Euro Truck Sim, one might say. I mean, that's what do you think? France is in Europe? Like, it could be anywhere. It's made up place, you know. What's up, Sarty? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking on the way in. I appreciate that. I'm actually not going to zoom in any further because with the wheel, I'm a little bit further back from my desk. So zooming in, we're good here. Set out on an epic journey to Iowa, an American truck simulator. Explore the Hawkeye State as you drive down the iconic I-80 to the capital city of Des Moines. American Truck Sim, but in space. They have that. It's called Space Trucker, but I actually don't like it that much. It's okay. It's like kind of fun. Driving the truck is fun, but you don't get to drive very long between destinations, which is kind of lame. I went to sleep early and woke up at midnight with a massive pain in my leg. I'm sorry to hear that. That's really unfortunate. Sorry, Sarty. Isn't Elite Dangerous a space trucking game, or Eve? You can definitely do some space trucking in Elite Dangerous, and I do enjoy doing that. Okay, so Iowa's over here. We're gonna try to drive to Iowa. Should I start in Missouri? Usually what I do is I start on the other side of the country and I like drive to the new state. But I'm starting to think maybe it would be better for me to like just go to Iowa now, try to drive around as much as I can, and then we can go wherever else we want after that. I'm so happy because I got my top surgery yesterday and the recovery is going smoother than expected. Hey, that's fantastic. That's awesome. Big congrats for that. Why is Green saying... What's Green talking about signals for? What's going on? Big congratulations, Ash. That's really fantastic. I'm super duper happy for you. I think for once, instead of doing what I normally do, we'll try to explore Iowa early. So let's start. I'm in Springfield, right? I'm in Springfield, Missouri. Let's drive from Springfield, Missouri up into Iowa. I think Green is trying to do a bit Lamau. I assume she is, but I don't get it. I mean, it's not unusual for me to not get her gifts, bits. So, what do we got in Springfield, Missouri? Anything that's gonna take me into Iowa, Utah, Idaho. It's not quite what I need. It would put me next to Iowa, but not quite. Kansas, Nebraska, Arkansas, Iowa. Here we go. This would take me, taking this work truck to Ottumwa, Iowa. That sounds fine to me. Why is she number one now? Because you got your ass beat. Because we were talking about top surgery, and that means the trans people in the chat get an XP buff. The music skipping is fine. Don't worry about it. It's just American Truck Sim loading. It does that. Still better optimized than half the PC games this year. Okay, so how are we doing? We got gas. We got rest. Yeah, we're good to go. We can just get on moving. We can just get on trucking. Oh, shit, I gotta move my microphone. I really did not want to use this bulky ass shock mount specifically. Oh shit, that is, I don't know why I just did not see this hedge here. I thought I was driving out onto the road. There's a hedge in the way. God damn. Why did they start me like facing the hedge in the parking lot? They couldn't have faced me towards the road or anything? It's fucked up. It's a remix. So tell me, folks, what do you got going on? What have we been up to this week? Oh, we're not playing LA Noire. I mean, you know, they both have driving simulators. It's basically the same thing. Speaking of optimization, Death Stranding 2 is a gift from God, Hideo Kojima himself. That's good to hear. I'm glad. I talked about this a bit in Patreon games. So I've been fighting the urge to play Death Stranding 2. And in order to stay, like, here's the thing, right? I'm working on Golden Kamuy video right now. I still need to do a video about Starfield Shattered Space. And I'm probably gonna want to do a video about Death Stranding 2 when I play it. So it's not a good idea for me to play it right now, because I have all these other like things I need to take care of first. And so I'm like, I really should not touch Death Stranding 2 at least until I finish the Golden Kamuy video, right? So I've been like staving off the urge to play it, and so I started playing Final Fantasy 16 instead as a new game for me to distract myself with. Golden Kamuy, is it actually good? Golden Kamuy is one of the best manga ever made. It's easily in my top 5. And it's only going to take me like 5.5 hours to explain why. I'm about to start reading the manga. Good, you got a couple more months before the video's done, but it's coming. So anyway, all that's to say, I started playing Final Fantasy 16. I'm like 5-6 hours in right now. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Which means I am also going to be late talking about Death Stranding 2 like I was with Starfield. I was like a year late talking about Starfield. But the video did well anyway, so who gives a shit? What's up, Dark Fruit? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking it on the way in. I appreciate that. I'm gonna set that median. Alright, so we're taking a work truck, right? Taking a work truck to Iowa. Trailer is ready. Proceed to the loading area. The loading area is usually marked on my map. Oh, there it is. Okay. Didn't like it, but I'm doing it now. Good. That's good. I appreciate that. I found a job as a delivery driver and started writing a script for a movie. Other than that, I'm just chilling today. Hey, that sounds great. Actually, I think this is not here. I think it's on the other side of the building past here. Oh, it's been a bit since we did a truck stream. Who's excited about truck stream, eh? Oh, this is not a horror game. No, no, no. This is Truck Sim. Truck Sim is a pleasant game. It's just dark outside right now. Truckers don't operate on the normal time clock, you know. We don't always start work at 9 a.m. Sometimes we start work at like 5 a.m. I don't know what time it is. I'll have to check, but the point is, it's dark out. It's raining. So it's 1 in the morning as we're starting this job. But can you eat pancakes in Truck Simulator? They need to add like the ability to like get out of your truck at truck stops and like buy meth from a shifty looking dude and enjoy some lot lizards. Like that is one aspect of the trucking experience that these games lack, but it's okay. It's a pretty good game anyway. Y'all like night shifts? When I was working at World Market, I enjoyed my overnight shifts because I hated customers. I worked in customer service for a long time, but I hated customers. So I liked night shifts because there were no customers around. I liked working overnight for that. And then when I was working at Whole Foods, I would come in at like 5 in the morning, and that I didn't mind, but didn't love. I didn't mind working super early mornings for a good couple years. And then I got to a point where I started really missing nighttime because, you know, I'd have to go to sleep at like 8 o'clock in order to like get up that early. And at some point I started to like really feel like I missed seeing the moon. Fucking my AC just kicked off. Hang on. Be right back. You can just play GTA and do trucking missions to get that experience. I don't think it's really the same. Truck Sim's it's different mechanically. They more realistically simulate the truck and the trucking experience. What's like the worst place to do night shifts in? Probably a gas station, like Skippy said. Like the benefit of working at night, working overnights, or working super early in the morning is not having to see customers. And at gas stations, not only do you have to continue seeing customers, you get to see a lot of weirdos. So like, I don't want that. You get to see the creatures that come out late at night. I know why I woke up in the middle of the night. My dumb ass forgot to open the windows. No wonder I'm sweating like a pig. Yeah, it's been hot, man. It's been hot this week. I'm kind of toasting it up in here. I've been running the AC a lot. I'll probably have to turn on the AC during part of the stream, which you're gonna be able to hear in the background. And I always hate that, but no one else seems to mind, so it's probably not a big deal. Probably a hospital, I'd say. I've been reading like Reddit posts from like hospital workers working over July 4th and talking about all of the blown up fingers they have to deal with on July 4th. Like, Jesus Christ. I feel like I was pretty amply warned when I was young, like not to ever set off a firework when it's in your hand. And yet there is a shocking number of people who either did not internalize that teaching or just didn't take it very seriously, you know? All it takes is one firework and you're crippled for life. Moron. Been reading a new sports manga on the Shonen Jump app called Ping Pong Peril. It recently came out on the 6th. Basically an underground sports manga where anything goes as long as you win. Yeah, I read chapter 1. It seems like it could be interesting. I'm curious to see where it will go, because I feel like I don't know how much room that concept has to go places, but I'll be reading it. Do they forget that it's still an explosive? I don't know. I don't know. People are just dumb, and I've seen videos of it happening to people, like them like, you know, some of them end up on the internet. People filming their friend like setting off a firework on their hands and fucking crippling themselves for life and losing a ton of fingers, and it's like, I don't know how they don't see it coming. I don't know how they don't see it coming. I understand like the idea that like, oh, it's got a fuse. They think like, oh, it's got a fuse, it's not going to go off right away, I have some time to like throw it. But even then, it's like, why risk it? Why risk it? Is it that much more exciting to throw it out of your hand than to light it on the ground? I was AFK for a few seconds. I was AFK for a few. Are we talking about explosive mutilation? Yes, so I was talking about like all the stories I've been reading from overnight hospital workers around July 4th, and the number of like blown off fingers they've had to deal with. My city had a lot of shock posters of injuries to discourage irresponsible firework use when I was a child. Yeah, I don't know if it was like taught to me by my parents or by my school or what, but again, like I was definitely very thoroughly taught, like never ever ever hold a firework when you are setting it off. Not for any reason on this earth. And still there are dozens of people, probably hundreds of people every year that do it. Same is true with guns, unfortunately. The lack of safety precautions some people have is insane. Well, that's because the US has extraordinarily like low, what's the word, requirements for getting a gun, you know? It's not hard to get, it's I would say it's actually probably harder to be made to be banned from getting guns than it is to get one, you know? It's probably more difficult for you to fail like a gun competency test than it is to pass it, because our standards are so low. Requirements. Yeah, what requirements? I want it to go far. I don't know how much legs a concept like that has. Like it's one of those things where it feels like it's gonna have to get more ridiculous with every chapter, and at some point it's just gonna get too ridiculous, and I don't know. I'll be curious to see how they handle it from a story and character perspective, because if the story and characters are strong, the like ping pong itself doesn't have to like constantly blow you out of the water. But I will say it was a strong first chapter. Jump has started a lot of sports manga in the last like month. There's a new baseball manga, there's the new ping pong manga, and there's one other one. What was it? I think it was really bad, which is why I'm not remembering it right now. What was it? Hang on a minute, I'm checking my phone and driving, which is a very safe thing to do. Track and field. Yeah, the track and field one is not looking good. There's a new baseball manga, a track and field manga, and a ping pong manga, and out of those three, the ping pong one definitely had the strongest first chapter, I think, so far. How are you Chainsaw Man these days? You still like it? I do. I think part 2 probably isn't as strong as part 1, but I still want to see where it goes. What did you study in college if you didn't drop out? I did drop out, but for the very, very, very brief time that I was in school, I studied video production. Studied editing. Don't forget Embers got axed too. You know, I didn't hate Embers. It wasn't like phenomenal or anything like that, but I didn't hate Embers. I was enjoying it. I think it probably got axed a little too soon, to be honest. The art direction was really good, and I thought it had some like interesting character potential. I'm thinking of law school maybe. Oh, we got a potential Saul Goodman in the chat. Let's go. You can protect me from legal trouble when I inevitably get into it. Summertime is prime for sports. See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking they were putting a bunch of sports manga in Jump because they were because it was summer and they were like trying to convince like kids to go outside and play some sports. I don't know. I have a bit of a problem. I feel like I've noticed this trend where there's like 3 or 4 manga that will launch in Jump all at the same time, And if none of them are like breakout hits, they will all get axed at the same time, and then you get like 4 weeks in a row where there's a new manga starting. I think Jump should probably space it out a bit. I think they should probably not have like 4 manga in a row getting axed at the same time, because it's like jarring, and it's hard to get attached to a new manga when there's like 3 other new manga starting at the exact same time, I think. Oh, there was a car next to me. Oops. Didn't see him there in my blind spot. The art quality of Embers was good, but the author can't draw football very well. To be fair, I don't exactly read a lot of soccer manga. I think that was the first one I ever read, but I thought it was alright. Oh man, it's fucking dark. That's a median strip. Oh man, they have the road I'm going down shut down. Oh, they do. God damn it. Hang on. Can I force my way around it? It's hard to see because it's dark. There's a pretty wide shoulder here. I think I can sneak past that. Pardon me, fellas. Don't mind if I do. What's your opinion on Call the Night, if you read it or watched it? I watched like 2-3 episodes. Just not my cup of tea, I guess. I don't know if I could like vocalize anything that was particularly wrong with it. It just, oh shit. Now that is tight. This is gonna be tight. Can I sneak my little truck past here? Ooh. Oh yeah, this is pro level trucking right here. We don't let roadblocks derail us. Isn't what you just did illegal or something? Maybe. Maybe, but I didn't get a ticket for it, so it doesn't count. The amount of times I've seen manga with an extremely interesting start get axed while shit like Rent a Girlfriend and Nisekoi, I don't know how to spell it, survived is sad. I mean, you know, it's again, I think Jump has a problem right now where they start too many new series all at once, and it's just difficult to get attached to any particular one when there's like 4 new ones at once. They need to be able to like have like a new series and like market it. They need to be like, Odor of the Flame, it's great, it's so good, everyone should read it, instead of being like, you should read Odor of the Flame and the Eikiden Bros and Hyakunosuke Mound or whatever it's called, and Ping Pong Pair. All of these new manga you can read, none of them will stand out in particular because we're shoving them all down your throat at once. Like, how do you expect anyone to get attached to manga when you're putting 4 new ones in your face at once? Like, just give us one new one. Let us see if we like it. You know, let's see if it's chill. And then like a month later, you can give us another new series. You know, space it out more. Space it out more so we have time to like get attached to these new series, if they're any good, that is. I like cozy games like this, not gonna lie. I love American Truck Simulator. American Truck Simulator is so good. We love doing a nice American Truck Sim stream. So fun, so nice. Gives Mac time to waffle on about manga and whatever. A lot of quality of life stuff in Lies of Pedro. That's for sure. Lies of Pedro's a good game. Truck Sim is not a cozy game. In what regard? I'm just chatting while driving around down the road at night. That's relaxing. Especially with rain, it's so calming. I don't know how people hate rain. Thank you. You're so right. I love rain. There's a setting in this game you can change to like alter the probability of rain. And the normal probability of rain is like 20%, 10%. I upped it to 50% because I'm like, I want it to be raining like half the time about. I love trucking down the road on a nice pretty morning like this with some rain on my windshield. Ooh. Crashing the truck is not cozy. Getting fined for every dollar you have is not cozy. I mean, those are massive skill issues you're talking about, you know? I'm very wealthy in this game. How much money do I have? I crossed the million barrier. I have 1.1 million in the bank. I got 2 truckers working for me. I got a nice ass truck. In fact, I'm so wealthy that I no longer give a shit about fines or accidents because it's really just not a big deal. I'm part of the 1% that the laws no longer apply to because, you know, if the punishment for a crime is a fine, that it only exists for the poor. Rain is cool till it rains like crazy for days and causes a flood. Well, I don't live in a flood-prone state, so I love it when it rains for days and gets everything all sopping wet. I've only read like 3 manga, One Punch Man, one about a girl mentally killing the bullies of her love interest, and one about broken high school boys. So that marketing isn't working on me, lol. My ADHD type brain likes funny pictures move. Hey, fair enough. Truck Sim is obviously a Souls-like, not a cozy game. Just wait until it gets to the new Iowa boss, the Highwayman. Mack loves to make mud pies. I grew up in New Hampshire. When I was like ages like 2 to 10, I lived in New Hampshire. And New Hampshire would get like torrential rain for like days at a time during the spring and fall. Like we're not talking like a light amount of rain. It'd be like raining a ton. And as a kid, you know, my ass was out there throwing tennis balls against the garage door while it was raining for fun, you know, bouncing tennis balls off the garage door as a game in torrential rain. Really. Green has finally acquired her signal. Can you drunk drive in this game? Well, if you drink and get drunk in real life, then you are drunk driving in this game. Am I right? Jay Schlatt's done a few drunk driving streams, I believe. I you know, I would honestly do drunk driving streams if I drank alcohol, because that'd be funny, I think. Unfortunately, I do not drink. This is not my exit. No, you know what I was thinking about doing for a bit? There are those, like, glasses you can get that will, like, flip your vision upside down. I thought it might be fun to do, like, a truck sim stream where I've got, like, upside down glasses. That could be interesting. And probably really painful and headache inducing for me. Shot also completely rotated his truck while drunk. I've completely rotated my truck while sober, so, you know, it happens sometimes. Told Mac that I want to visit him on a stream, a drunk driving stream. Yeah, everybody, green, drunk driving stream. Why the fuck did you just cut me off, you little cunt? Fuck you. What's the end goal of this game, though? Just driving in a cozy setting, or is there a goal? For the most part, it's just kind of... You're just kind of, the goal is to drive. But you can build like a trucking empire. I haven't really invested in that aspect of the game too much, but I do have 2 truckers on my payroll and 2 more trucks on the road in my company who are earning me passive income. But for the most part, like, yeah, you just drive and you try to make a bunch of money, buy nicer trucks, and then just do more trucking jobs. They're slowly adding every state. So the reason we're playing today is because they added Iowa as a DLC. They're slowly making their way across to the United States. And my hope is that someday, they'll continue adding states to this game until they add all 50 states. And then someday I want to do a stream where I just do a cross-country road trip. We start in fucking Maine, and we drive all the way to California or something. I wonder how lightweight Mac is with drinking. I've literally never finished like a full drink. And that's a lie. I've finished 1 full drink, and it was like a 5% cider. That was it. I don't even know what my tolerance is, because I've never had like enough alcohol to even get me tipsy. What's your opinion on Blue Lock? Haven't watched it or read it. I can't drink because I'm a lightweight and get drunk super fast, like from sober to puking up in 5 beers type thing. Wow. I hope like they added /add Florida. Not yet. We're not there yet. I seriously have no idea. Can't, guys. Oh, we're in Iowa. Let's go. We're in Iowa. We made it to Iowa. Here it is in all its splendor. I seriously have no goddamn clue what bit Green is trying to do here. I have driven through Iowa in real life when I was driving when I moved from Michigan to Oregon, and I had my big road trip from Michigan to Oregon. I drove through Iowa. It was really boring. The problem is the thing that's tough for the American Truck Sim developers right now is that they are adding states in like the most boring part of the country. Like they've added like Nebraska and Kansas, and they're gonna have to hit the Dakotas soon. So to compensate through that, so to compensate for that, they're actually like start sticking more to the south. Like they're working on Louisiana and Arkansas as well. They're kind of like going diagonally upward instead of just going straight up and down, because they know the Midwest states are going to be pretty boring. They're going to be pretty unexciting. Place Iowa. You already drove through Iowa in real life. What the hell is in Iowa? Nothing, man. Nothing. A lot of grassland. Do you have a job other than YouTube? Yes, I do. I have a full-time job. YouTube. I do not make even close to enough off of my YouTube work to support a living. So I work full-time as a purchaser, and I make YouTube videos between part and full-time, I'd say. I don't have enough time to put 40 hours a week into YouTube, but I'm probably more than like 20. So it's somewhere between part-time and full-time. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Turn green. I want to turn left. Come on, man. Don't hold out on me like this. Let me turn. Let me turn, baby. Come on. But the American Truck Sim will start to get to more interesting states fairly soon, I think. I mean, like, shit. They release a new DLC every, like, 6-ish months at this point. Why are you still going? I have a protected turn. Fuck off. I think the release cadence of American Truck Sim DLCs is going to speed up, because the states they're working on are getting smaller. You know, it took them like a really long time to make Texas, because Texas is a big state. And they released it. It wasn't like you did like south half of Texas as a DLC. They did all of Texas in one go. And then now you're starting to get stuff like Iowa, Louisiana. Eventually they're going to get to like Rhode Island, Maryland, Massachusetts. These are small states, folks. You can fit like 10 New Hampshires inside of Utah, you know? So it shouldn't take them so long to create those DLC. What's up, Ike? How you doing? How you feeling? I'm sorry for your loss. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking it on the way in. I appreciate you being here. I've driven through Iowa before. The only thing I can remember about the state is passing through an area where the Amish live. A lot of Amish people in the Midwest. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see... We'll try to find a job that sends us to Des Moines, because that's like the big state. Sorry, big city in Iowa. But even then, I think it's going to be hard for us to find anything interesting to look at here in Iowa. I don't think there's going to be much. Chainsaw Ornament, is that a Chainsaw Man reference? Maybe. Maybe. Do I want to park this sucker? Oh, I can do that. Oh, that's easy. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute, folks. Give me a fucking minute here. I'll have that shit truck no problem. I'll have that shit parked no problem. Just give me a fucking second here. Give me a fucking second here. I'll have this shit parked like you'd never believe it. I'd play this game, but I would consume so much candy while at it. What? Just as like just to simulate like going to the gas station and getting like a road snack. That's why you'd be sucking down candy bars. I love watching people who do not know how to drive trucks play this game because they do not understand the backing in. They'll be like, I'm turning right, why is it going left? Like, brother, you have a joint in the middle of your vehicle. Boom, baby. See how fucking clean that was? Damn! Ooh! Ooh! Beautiful. All right, let's find the nearest rest and gas stop. There's right there. Not too far off. I'll also try to stop at this. Discover this service center. I should probably get my truck worked on. It's got a little bit of damage on it from me running into people who are poorer than me. Peak Mack moment. Yeah, I could basically be a real trucker. I think if you gave me a full-size truck, full gear, I could easily drive that sucker. I've played enough American Truck Sim to supplement truck driving school. I think that's obvious. I think we all know that. I'm kind of trying not to play Lies of Pablo since I've gotten to the swamp. That is fair. There's one, that's one of my criticisms for Lies of P is like, the first half of the game is like really like perfect in a lot of ways, I'd say. But the second half of the game is like status ailment city. You know, it starts in the swamp with like whatever the ailment is called that I can't remember the name of, but like interruption or whatever. And then there's like the place with like the crystals that give you like overcharge or whatever, or overheat or whatever. It's like every enemy beyond like the halfway point of the game does some kind of status ailment. Be a trucker or work in a boring, long hours office job, but it pays really well. Well, okay, so you qualified that with long hours. If it was just a normal boring office job that pays well, I'd be fine. But boring office job with long hours, I think I'd rather be a trucker. Because if I'm going to have long hours either way, I'd rather be on the road. I work an office job right now. I wouldn't call it particularly boring, but I don't mind it. I would definitely take it over trucking. This just in, man with funny hair causes a car crash in Canada despite being in America with his truck. I hate the swamp in Liza P. Part coolest. It's not that fun to traverse. It's full of reused enemies. It makes sense, but it would be better if they were unique to the area whilst being puppets. In the end of their boss, the first phase is a reskin of another boss. It's not great, to be honest. It's not a great... I mean, like, most of the swamp levels in Souls Lakes are not great. I don't understand why Miyazaki's so obsessed with doing them. I think they tend to be, like, the worst part of the game. I guess it's because he enjoys causing pain to players. But, like, for my money, the thing that always pisses me off is, like, you have Sen's Fortress in Dark Souls 1, which I know some people didn't like, but I, for one, really did. Which is, like, this interesting, like, fun house almost. Like, there's traps everywhere. You're almost fighting the level more than the enemies, right? Like, there's swinging blades, there's traps, there's a guy throwing giant bombs at you. Like, it's fun because it's like environment challenges. And like no other Souls game has that. Like, he didn't redo he didn't do more Sen's Fortress. He did more Blighttown. He was like, you know, he looked at Sen's Fortress and Blighttown, and he was like, Blighttown is the thing that I need to do in every fucking game. He didn't give a fuck about those of us who like the trap houses. Don't truckers barely get paid though, respectfully? Truckers actually get paid pretty well, but not if you really consider like the fact that they're away from home most of the week. They work horrible hours. They don't get to like just go home at the end of the day. They really should get paid better, but they still get paid pretty decently. All right, let's see what we got nearby. What are our options for the freight market? Something that takes me into like Des Moines or something. Not Utah, not Wyoming, not Idaho, not Washington, not Oregon. This takes me to Waterloo. Oh shit, no, I gotta, what jobs are here, brother? This takes me to Council Bluffs. I mean, we can explore the state a little bit. Let's do that. Let's do that job. I like that job. At least he didn't do wall blight down. I despise wall blight down. What do you mean by wall blight down? When did I become a channel member? Probably when Matsugan gifted like 10, I think it was, gift subs during the 24-hour stream when we defeated Crucible Knight. Anytime you think you're getting paid poorly, remember what Japan pays their animators. I mean, ideally, none of those would be. Ideally, people would just get paid well, you know. I will always stand by this, and there's, in my opinion, there's no valid defense against it. But if you want someone to do a job, they should be able to support themselves doing that job. If you want, like, if you go to McDonald's and you want someone at McDonald's to make a burger for you, if that person is working full time, they should be able to afford rents. I think that's pretty basic, if you ask me. I think that makes sense. I don't want to hear any bullshit about like low skill job. There are no low skill jobs. There are only people who don't understand the skill that's required to do that job. At least 1% of people are getting paid really well. That's at least my billionaire kings are doing all right. There was a riff on Sense Fortress in Dark Souls 2. It's the Rat Covenant area. The main difference is that another player is controlling what traps are there. I don't know if I went to the Rat Covenant area. Are you talking about the crypts? Or is this an area that you can only go to if you're part of the Rat Covenant? Because that does not sound familiar. And I beat Dark Souls 2 a couple times. You remember when Tokyo Revengers was blowing up in 2021 and now literally no one knows about it? It's the life cycle of popular thing. Everything will be forgotten, returned to dust eventually. Someday I will say Demon Slayer and the people in chat will be like, what the fuck is that? I hope. Every job has a purpose, so every job should have proper earnings to reflect that purpose. You'd think. You'd think. And again, there's like, as far as I'm concerned, there's no valid excuse against that. Like whatever explanation you can come up with for why you shouldn't pay a McDonald's worker enough to make a living, it just doesn't work. Like, oh, but that would make the price of the burgers go up. Okay, pay executives less. That's easy fix. The fuck is a Demon Slayer? Is that some fan fiction? You know who's getting really underpaid though? Teachers. So true. So true. Support teachers. Plan to watch Tokyo Revengers because people said the MC is annoying and in some cases ruins the show. I like horrible shit, lol. Hey, whatever makes you happy. The answer is always cut the higher up salaries. That's easy answer. That's the easy answer, you know? And it works every time. If we increase taxes on businesses, the prices will go up. Cut executive salaries. If we increase the lower level employees' salaries, prices will go up. Cut executive salaries. You wouldn't even need to cut them that much because the wage disparity is so high, you know? If you just don't give the EA CEO a $40 million bonus this year, you can hire like 200 full-time developers, maybe more. Or have shit game with loot boxes number 69 not cost $80, you know? Fucked up that one person can rent an entire city in a foreign country for a wedding, you know? Who did that? I believe it. I do. Or maybe you're not talking about specific instances, but just talking about the fact that they could, and you're right, they could. But I'd love to know if someone actually did that. Bezos rented Venice. I forgot about that. Yeah, never mind. Green told me about that. That's fucked up. Would you take a 75% chance of having a perfect life, good looks, infinite money, extreme luck, everything goes your way, but a 25% of the opposite, sadness, etc.? No, I'm pretty good. Things could be better in my life, but I'm generally doing pretty well. I wouldn't really want to give that up. I wouldn't want to risk giving that up. Fuck me. I didn't hear the like train sound, what is it, the railroad crossing signal until I was like right next to it, and then the crossbar just chopped my truck. That fucking scared me, man. Is my truck on? No, that did a shit ton of damage to my vehicle. Oh my god, that did a shit ton of damage to my vehicle that I just repaired. Are you kidding? God damn it. That's such bullshit. I didn't hear it until I was like right next to it. It saved your life, Mac? Are you kidding? I had plenty of time to cross the tracks. Oh god damn it, because of the service thing I can't see my is there a service yard along the way that I can hit? I took so much damage from that. That was insane. God damn it. It's not that far. I'll just go without the service. Nah, train was there, bruv. Are you kidding me? It took like 30 seconds for that. Hang on, how much time do I have on this job? Let me see. I have 5 hours on the job. How long of driving do I have? 3 hours. I can probably hit this repair center I just went to before getting back on the road. Let's do that. Just because I don't want to deal. I can't see what my cruise control is set to because my little dashboard wants to tell me to go to the service center. So I was in the shower and I just want to say that as a single man with no children, pets, or plans, I would gladly get my CDL and become a cross-country trucker if I could afford a CDL. I mean, hey, a lot of trucking companies will pay you to get your CDL while they train you, so there's an option out there. That arm did more damage than the train would have. So true. Yeah, that thing fucked me up. How much damage did that do? That did like 25% damage to my truck. That's gonna cost like a couple $1,000 off of my $1 million. Problem is that they're usually not cross-country. Oh, that's what you mean. So you wouldn't take like a local trucking job. I don't know how much time I'll lose to getting my truck serviced, but if we lose money because this delivery is late, I've got money to burn, baby. It's all good. You know, while we're on the subject of trucking, as some of you may know, I work full time as a purchaser. I buy things for a living for a distributor. I bought 4 pallets of raisins. I buy dried fruit. I bought 4 pallets of raisins on an order, and the trucking company lost one of the pallets. Only 3 pallets showed up, and I reached out to the supplier, and they confirmed that they sent all 4. So now we have to try to find. How do you lose a pallet of raisins, man? Speeding violation. Oh, fuck off, copper. I'm going what, 2 miles above the speed limit? Raisins and not dates. You've changed, Mac. I don't buy dates specifically. I buy dried fruit. Dried mango, pineapple, persimmons, peaches, pears, dates, and raisins. And that's not all of it. That's not all of it. They didn't lose it. The trucker ate it. How do you lose an entire pallet of anything? Trucker dropped it off at another stop and didn't check his manifest. It definitely got dropped off at like an interim warehouse, and they just fucked up and didn't load it onto the next truck. But it's very irritating. Yeah, but you were the date guy? I still am the date guy. I have to recontract for dates like next month. Another company with that drives me crazy with games underperforming was Square Enix, because they kept one wanted their Western games to fit the bill for their over budget Final Fantasy. What? You got to reformat that sentence. I don't know what you're trying to say. I'm used to truckers breaking shit, okay? Truckers are not very careful, and I can't really blame them, because I imagine it's not super easy to be super careful with a vehicle this big. But like, you know, I have third-party freight delivering a lot of my shit. I'm used to them. They break stuff all the time. I'm used to that. But losing an entire pallet, that doesn't happen every day. Okay, I've got 4-hour drive to deliver this shit. How long do I have until it's due? 5 hours. Wonderful. We'll get it just under the wire. Honestly, love small streams like this. Everyone chats and the creator's guaranteed to reply. Unlike popular ones where everyone just types shit and without it getting read. Yeah, I mean, I want my channel to keep growing. I would like to get to a point where I can do it, make my videos and pay my bills off of it. That'd be ideal. But if I ever get to that point, I am gonna miss having a smaller stream with a smaller chat to talk to. Warehouse people are worse than truckers with breaking shit, Lamau. That's you're right. I think most of the damage comes from like those, again, like the same the interim distribution centers where pallets get shifted around. I imagine that one jackass with the forklift is more to blame than the trucker. Patreon only stream would be the smaller cozy stream. That's true. I'm not going to lose that entirely. That's true. We'll be there even if you don't see it. You too can be part of the cabal for only $5 a month. FedEx shippers break more than, not gonna lie. I mean, USPS is my arch nemesis. Sorry, Skippy, but like, I never had problems with USPS until I moved to my current address. The USPS fucking sucks where I live right now. They fail to deliver my packages at like a 50% failure rate, I'd say. Like my packages constantly get delayed because they have to like try to deliver it a different day, or they just straight up fucking lose it. You know, it happens all the goddamn time. It's ridiculous how often it occurs. Who do I have to talk to for Mack to buy me 4 pallets of raisins? I need them for reasons. Well, first you got to figure out what kind of raisins you want. Do you want Thompson raisins, flame raisins, golden raisins? What are you looking for? Organic, conventional? You want organic, but I'm going to give you the option of conventional. But if you want conventional, I can't help you because my company only does organic. But or people weren't hyper obsessed with getting things shipped and delivered faster than they can ship their lunch. This is Amazon's fault. I feel bad for like the effect that Amazon has probably had on like the shipping world. Because I know it can't be good. Like Prime Day is going on right now, and I imagine Prime Day is just like hell for anyone working in delivery, whether it be USPS, FedEx, or UPS. Like I'm sure all of them just brace for it. Like, oh God, here comes Prime Day week. You know, I'm in hell right now. I'm out. Yeah, that's what I thought. I try to be really, I do my best to be considerate about it. Like if I'm buying stuff on Amazon, I try not to buy like one small thing. I'll usually I'll add something to my cart and wait until I have a few things in my cart to actually check out. And then like I try to take the like less boxes option. You need to stop, 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 you need to stop. Why did you do that? Fucking truckers merging when they do not have the space. You guys don't know what I was just talking about because my camera's blocking the mirror, but truck just ran into me. Yeah, so I personally, I try to make sure I'm ordering a few things if I'm ordering from Amazon, and like I always choose the like less boxes option, even though it sucks having to wait longer, because like I just cannot justify like having like a single tin of tea delivered, because I think about the human impact of it, and I'm like, I can't do that to people, man. I can't. I'm too empathetic. I'm too much of a good person for that. I'm such a saint. I can do no wrong. I learned on the radio this morning that other companies have started to respond to Prime Day with other deals. Not bad. I mean, fuck. I need raisins that are guaranteed to loosen bowels and can somehow transfer that effect to several hundred gallons of water. Okay, well, I don't know if I'll have to do some research to see if I can find raisins like that, brother. It wouldn't even be that bad, but people buy like 5 of the biggest thing they can find on Amazon, and it all gets delivered on the same day. It's rough. I bought some stuff for Prime Day. I got a new knife set for during Prime Day, because I've had the same knife set since I moved out of my parents' house, and it was a hand-me-down from a friend who took very poor care of them. Like my knives were like dull, and some of them were bent. Some of the blades were like bent in weird places, like they had like dings in them, and one of them had like the tip of it snapped off. So I've had just like shitty knives for like years, and like. They're the kind, like, I do my best to sharpen them as best I can, but like, again, when like a knife blade is like dinged, you can't sharpen that out of it. So I've just had like a shitty set of knives for my entire adult life, and I was finally like, okay, I cook a lot more now than I did when I was younger, and I'm a pretty good cook at this point. I should have some nice knives, so I bought a knife set. If you don't get free shipping, then you can do... Why are you braking? Oh, because the speed's going down. I understand. If you don't get free shipping, then you can decide if you really want what you're ordering enough to justify paying shipping. If you want to do yourself and the planet a favor, just cancel your Amazon Prime. You can usually still get free shipping. It just takes a week instead of being the next day. What a shame, baby. I think I need to cancel my Prime. I don't use it enough to justify paying for it. I canceled it like last year or something, and then like got it again for something that was on Prime Video. I mean, Mr. Robot is on Tubi now. I don't need my Prime anymore. keep forgetting that Tubi exists. Tubi's pretty good. If you guys, if any of you are in the market for a streaming service, Tubi is free. You just have a lot. I mean, there's a lot of ads, which can be very annoying, but they got like a pretty good selection of shit, and it's free. And you don't even have to have an account to use it. I don't have an account for Tubi because I don't like giving my information away. I'm not sponsored by Tubi, by the way. I just like it. I know that they're giving away my information, probably, but, you know, just turn off as many tracking cookies as you can. Mac, what's your ideal car? Do you have a specific make, model, and year that you want? You know, I'm really not a car guy. I guess there's a few I've always loved the look of a Mini Cooper, but I think my legs are too long for me to comfortably drive a Mini Cooper. So maybe like a Mini Cooper that's like 50% bigger. I've driven like I've been driving the same Toyota Avalon for the past, oh god, almost 10 years now. 9 years. 9 years? Am I 27? God, I feel old. Yeah, I'm 27. I've been driving a Toyota Avalon for the past 9 years that is 1 year younger than me. And it's falling apart, and the door is, like, the inside of the door is disconnecting from the outer part of the door, but it still runs, which is pretty lit. It still runs pretty well, even. And I don't have a strong desire to replace it. I guess it would be nice to have, like, an SUV for those few times that I need space to move something. And the thing is, like, I've been driving a car from 1999 for the past 9 years, and every time I get into a newer car, like when I borrowed my mom's car when I was in Michigan, they always feel really claustrophobic to me. I don't know what it is about modern cars. It feels like they don't give you as much like arm room or headroom. It feels like, even though my mom's car is, like, my mom has an SUV, I have a sedan. My mom's car is like bigger than my car, but somehow, like, the space that they give the driver it just feels tighter, feels more restrictive. I felt really like claustrophobic driving it. So like a car with a decent amount of sitting room, probably something about safety. That's what I thought too. But I want like a decent amount of sitting. I want the space to move my legs. You know, when I'm driving down the highway with a cruise control, I want the space to like stretch my leg a little bit. And, you know, space to like move my arms and move my head and all that. I don't know. I do like having a Toyota, so that'd probably be my ideal make, but other than that, I really don't have an opinion, I guess. I watched your Demon Slayer video again, and I found 80% of your points really valid, even as a Tanjiro fan. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad that that you agreed. And I hope you continue to enjoy Demon Slayer. Anyway, thank you for letting me know. Since new cars are designed to be tanks that forever marginally increase the survivability of the driver instead of being safe for people around them. Old cars tend to last pretty long so long as they're well maintained. Newer cars tend to have a lot of sensitive electronics by comparison, so they're harder to maintain long term. Yeah. That's part of why I'm like, I could definitely afford to replace my car, but I don't really want to, because I'm like, if I get a newer car, I have this weird feeling that it's going to end up being more expensive for me than just keeping my current car. And I'm not talking about, like, obviously it'll be more expensive because I'll be buying a car. But what I am talking about is like maintenance-wise. Like, I feel like a newer car will have more problems than my car from 1999. My car from 1999 really doesn't have that many problems. Like, I go and get an oil change, it doesn't need much work on it. It needs new shocks. It's needed new shocks for the past 9 years. I've been told by every mechanic that I've ever spoken to that my car isn't going to last through the next winter, and they've been wrong every time. But, like, generally, there's not a lot of problems with it. Like, it just kind of works. It doesn't feel like it should work, but it just kind of works. And I feel like if I get a new car, it's not going to work so well. I feel like I'm going to go to get an oil change. They're going to be like, yeah, you need this new thing, this thing's not working so good, whatever, you know? And I feel like I'm going to end up spending a lot more money on maintenance than I do with my 26-year-old car. Can you change a headlight on your own easily with your current car? I mean, I probably could figure it out, but I don't know how to do that because I don't fuck with car stuff. I think I have changed the headlight many years ago. I really love the show, but it has a lot of flaws, but I can forgive most of them, at least IMO, and do think it's a great adaptation of a bad manga. I'm glad you enjoy it, honestly. Like, and I appreciate that you can kind of set aside your opinion of it and be like, I understand it has flaws, but I like it anyway. I really enjoy when people can be like, this thing has flaws and I like it anyway. Because a lot of people can't, and they're really annoying about it. I swear the day you get new shocks is when your car's gonna when it breaks. And I won't. I won't is the thing. I will not get new shocks for my car. I bought my car for $1,500 in 2018. 2016, sorry. I bought my car for $1,500 in 2016. New shocks and struts will cost me $3,000. I will not buy that. I will not pay for a repair that's going to cost more than I bought the car for. I just won't. So if my shocks and struts do actually break, as I've been forewarned that they will for the past 9 years, the car is done. I'm not fixing that. I'm never going to replace the shocks and struts. This is just not going to happen. But you're right. If I were to do that, I guarantee the car would be totaled within a month. Not because of an accident, but just because the car would just quit. It'd be like, you replaced part of me. I'm done. You know? It's like the car of Theseus. As soon as I replace one part of it, it's like it's no longer that car anymore. It's no longer as durable. It would be done. It would be over. Do I need to get off here? I might need to... No, we're good. A lot of people can't take criticism regarding their show. The amount of people that criticize One Piece don't make me the dislevel the manga. It's best I've ever read. Can be said to people too low. Yeah, I mean, I love One Piece too. One Piece is also... Did I fuck up? Should I have taken that exit? Oh, fuck. I just added an hour to my time, and the job is due in an hour. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I love One Piece too. One Piece is also my favorite manga, and I recognize that it's a very flawed story, and I'd be happy. I have criticized it quite a bit. Still love it. As long as you replace the brake pads, your car will be... Well, as soon as you replace the brake pads, your car will be pissed. I replaced them like 4 years ago, so that was okay. Planet gay, car more important. Don't get me started on LED headlights on the tall car epidemic any more than I already have. I fucking hate like super bright headlights. They are so bad for the other drivers. It's crazy. The thing with One Piece is that I can forgive most of their flaws because Oda overall is a great storyteller. That's how I feel too. Like the things that I do criticize about One Piece, to me, they just don't outweigh what I'm there for, you know? Your car's spirit doesn't want to give up because you never gave up on it, just like the Going Merry. The difference is, though, like, the Straw Hats loved the Going Merry. They loved it dearly. I kind of talk shit on my car constantly and don't like it very much. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I just feel weird when I drive newer. Like, if I were to replace my car, I think I would intentionally seek out an older car that's in good condition. Because... Again, like every time I've driven a modern car, like it doesn't feel as good or as comfortable as my car. And as Green said, I'm sure that's for safety reasons. But like, again, like I drove my mom's car. I can't turn left here. Oh, fucking try and stop me. I have to. I'm already running late on this job. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to drive left. I'm going to go left and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Look at that pussy! Anyway, so like, again, like driving my mom's car when I was in Michigan last month, like pressing on the brakes, pressing on the gas, it didn't feel as responsive or good as my car. And maybe that's just because I'm used to my car, but even though my car is like significantly older than my mom's car feels more responsive when I press on the gas, and I don't know what causes that. But I didn't like how like floaty my mom's car felt. Holy moly, I made curry and the potatoes are like perfectly in the creamy boil state, not fragmented, not tough, soft like my tits. You really had to throw that in there at the end, didn't you? What's your thoughts on Zoro? As he's my favorite, he's really OP. He would destroy the Demon Slayer universe, especially with Ashura and King of Hell aura. I like Zoro a lot. I don't like him. He's not like my favorite character, but I like him a lot. He's good. I always kind of like, the thing I like about Zoro is like, especially post time skip, he's like, he would be the protagonist in a lot of other shonen series, but Oda's like, no, Luffy, the funny guy, he's my protagonist, and good on him for it, you know. If you ever get Cotton Hilled? What is Cotton Hilled? You could get the Mini Cooper, Silver Linings for shin loss. What the hell is Cotton Hilled? Oh, Cotton Hill from King of the Hill. That's what you mean. That was a deep cut. Okay, yeah. If I got Cotton Hilled, I just think they're cute. I like the way that Mini Coopers look. Apparently, they're not great cars to own because like they're hard to repair, and not great on like rough terrain. But they're so cute. I just like how they look. I think most of the Straw Hats are likable. I love them all. I love them all. It's always like, whenever I talk about, you know, if I'm going to tell you my least favorite Straw Hat, it's like my least favorite child. Like, I still love him. I don't know. I'm sure like there are some cars that I look at and be like, man, I'd love to drive that car. But really, like, I just want, the thing that I want most of all in a car is just reliability. I just want a car that I'm not going to have to maintain a lot and that will last a long time. And I don't think there's a lot of modern cars that offer that, because I think cars are getting made more shittily, so you have to spend more money on them because capitalism. Who's your who's your least favorite Straw Hat? I'd say Sanji. I don't love the pervert bit. I still love him as a character. And I'm not talking about anime Sanji. I know Sanji gets done way dirtier in the anime than in the manga. Like, even in the manga, I'm not a huge fan of the pervert bit, but still love him. Forgot to tell you, I got a Straw Hat Wanted poster keychain blind tag at Hot Topic and pulled Frankie. Hell yeah, that's lit. Oi, we aren't that high maintenance. I mean, your food certainly isn't. Jesus Christ. Taste buds. The British taste bud is not high maintenance. That's right, I'm making fun of British food again. I know you're sick of it, Brits, but I don't care. Can we go back to early Sanji when he was just a love-struck romantic? I swear he wasn't that bad. You know, I mean, the pervert bit, I would say, hasn't really gotten worse over time. The thing is that I feel like he's gotten less moments to not be that. You had all these we got to be really careful, by the way, guys, because Green is reading One Piece right now. She's at Water 7, so we got to be really careful about spoilers. I'm just going to put that out there. Try not to, like, give away massive spoilers. But, you know, Sanji had all these moments early on where he did, like, really cool shit. You know, like the Mr. Prince stuff, like going and rescuing everyone at Alabasta, stuff like that. He doesn't get as many moments like that in the time skip, and so it just feels like we've kept like the pervert bit going strong, but he hasn't had as many moments to be the cool guy that he would often be early on. He doesn't get to be as suave as he used to be. It's not even a really shitty thing. It's like they keep adding new features and technology to incentivize buying new, and they have to hike the price to justify that investment. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I have the same feeling about cars as I have about phones right now, right? Like, I don't use my smartphone that much. I don't need 3 cameras for different zoom levels. Put one camera on my phone. I don't need an AI assistant on my phone. I don't even like AI. Don't put that software on my phone. I don't need whatever fucking bloatware you're going to upload on my phone. Just give me a phone that can make phone calls and download Discord, and I'm good. You know, a phone that can download Discord, scroll Reddit, use the internet, make phone calls, and I'm good. I don't need all the extra features. I feel the same way about my car. I don't really need heated seats. I don't need, you know, I don't need a car that can connect to the internet. I don't need a car that has its own internet hotspot, certainly. I don't need all this like extra feature shit. What I need is a car that can carry me from home to work. It has AC, it has heating, I can plug my phone in for music. I'm happy. That's really all I need. And I just need like that car that's like cheap and works. I don't need a car with all this luxury shit. I'm not a luxury guy. I'm a very simple guy and very easy to please. I want a car that costs not a lot and works really well. And that seems to not exist, you know? I feel pre-time skip has more cool down to earth moments when the story had a bit less to think about in scope and wasn't so high stakes and high in power tiers. The thing is, like, I get why some people feel the way they do about post-time skip. But for me, like the translation in like story and stakes was necessary. Like the story had to shift in order to like reach an end goal. Pre-time skip is much more adventure-y. Post-time skip is much more high stakes, more serious. And I think that shift had to happen. And I lament some of the things that we lost as a part of that translation, but I still think it was an important shift to happen. Oops. I didn't mean to choose that, but whatever. Oh, they only lost $900. That's not that bad. What are your favorite arcs, Captain Mack? Well, Water 7, Ennie's Lobby is my all-time favorite arc. I love it. It is like near perfect, I'd say. Dressrosa is pretty high on the list. Wano is pretty high on the list. I don't exactly have them all ranked, but the only one I can say for sure is like Water 7 is 200% my favorite. I just love it. I don't dislike post-time skip at all. It's definitely a great continuation. It does feel like the proper continuation to the story. I just prefer the vibes of pre-time skip and lower power tiers. Yeah, and I think that's fine. I again, like I totally understand why people feel that way. I just, again, like I feel like that shift had to happen for like the story to go where it needs to go. You know what else I don't need for phones? I don't need a phone. I really do not need a phone that is capable of running Resident Evil 4, which I believe they put on iOS fairly recently. Like, I just don't need. I don't spend that much time on my phone. I don't download a lot of games. My phone is much more function than fun for me. I use my phone as a communications tool above all else, and like for the internet and like to pass time. But mostly like the ways I pass time are like reading manga, reading books, scrolling Reddit. Again, like I don't play a lot of mobile games. I don't play a lot of games on my phone. I don't need a phone that has a CPU that is capable of running Resident Evil. I just don't. You give me a lower performance phone that just works and doesn't cost a shit ton. I played Resident Evil 4 on my 4th gen iPod Touch 12 years ago. I'm talking about like the new Resident Evil 4 remake. That's the one they put on iOS, I believe. I might be wrong about that, but I'm fairly certain that was a thing. As cool as transformations and super OP abilities are, I wish more shonen kept things street level, though there are probably a lot that do that I'm just unaware of. I don't think there are a ton that do that, honestly. I think the thing is, I think it's an anxiety thing from the perspective of authors, where they feel like they have to keep punching above and doing bigger, better, greater things in order to like keep the reader invested. When in reality, it's not entirely necessary. You just have to like keep the fights interesting, and I don't think the fights need to get bigger in order to be more interesting. Ooh, 37K income from Nathan. Good job, buddy. I gotta hire more drivers and buy more trucks. I think I haven't done that in a very long time, and I have a lot of capital to spend. What other jobs we got that are gonna keep me in Iowa? And glad you brought up the animations. I can't stand the anime, but I'm pretty excited for the remake because Wit sometimes has really smooth animation. I'm excited about the remake too. I really just hope they'll like stick to the manga more and just not do what the current anime does. That's again, I think I'm a pretty easy to please person. I don't think like the things that I ask for are that crazy, you know. Fuck, there's no jobs that are in Iowa. I haven't even explored northern Iowa. Let's go here to Nebraska. Let's go to Norfolk, Nebraska, and see if we can get a job that takes us to northern Iowa. Oh, this is a heavy load. I can take it though. Hey, so I think my right bumper stopped working, so I guess I'm getting a DualSense soon. I mean, it's going to be a nice upgrade. The DualSense controller is really quite good. I'm a big fan of it. I get that Goku can bench plus the universe, but I'd much rather see the kind of shit Chi-Chi and Bulma get up to when they have to fight. The thing that I like about One Piece is that I feel like it has kept its scale smaller comparatively, mind you. You know, if we look at like Endgame Dragon Ball versus Endgame One Piece, like I don't think anybody in the One Piece world can destroy a planet, whereas that was something that happened pretty early on in Dragon Ball Z, you know. And it's like, I look at like Endgame Toriko was the same thing. In Endgame Toriko, they were doing like planet-size attacks, and Naruto, they were like manipulating the fucking terrain, and I Bleach kept it a little more small scales too, but he was basically fighting God. One Piece has kept it comparatively much more small scale. Like, yes, there are characters who can destroy islands, but not worlds, which is good. What are your thoughts on Don Don Season 2 so far, Mac? Well, I saw the Evil Eye movie twice, if that answers your question. I saw it once with Green, and then when I came back home to Oregon, I watched it again because I thought it was so good. So. Don't let the power scalers see that. They will see find a way to calculate and build their way to any conclusion. That's why we don't talk to power scalers. They are a cancer on the anime community. One Piece definitely has a lot of nonsensical power stuff, but the focus is rarely only who hit harder, so it doesn't solely lean on showy displays of power. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to talk really vaguely about this, so hopefully it isn't too spoilery, but I know some people like didn't like the fight with Kaido because they were like, it wasn't like a one-on-one fight with Luffy. There was like all these like tiers to it where he was fighting other people before Luffy came in. But like, that's exactly what I like about it. I'm like, you know, scale-wise, it doesn't make sense for Luffy to beat Kaido one-on-one. It makes much more sense for him to have to do like a group fight to get through that. This takes me back to, this takes me, oh, this is the job I was picking up. I actually forgot what I was doing here. Sorry, we should probably stop talking about like late game One Piece because I don't want to like be talking about spoilers for Green. One Piece can also be described as haha funny art adventures. Yeah, the thing that I like about One Piece is that it's never lost its focus on like the world and story. Like compared to a lot of other shonen series that where it became like 100% action focused, One Piece is still very much like world building and story. I think people get this warped view of One Piece because of the anime and the way that it handles the pacing, where they think of One Piece like where they're like, oh yeah, enemies will fight for 50 episodes straight and not get anywhere, but that's not really accurate. I think One Piece fights tend to feel a bit protracted because Oda switches perspectives a lot. But if you actually look at like the total like page count or chapter count of fights in One Piece, they're pretty low. They're pretty quick. Luffy versus Katakuri, if you count out like the total number of pages, is like 3 chapters long. It's not that much. It feels long because again, Oda keeps switching perspectives to other characters in the middle of their fight. But the actual page count of that fight is not very much. He spends way more time on the build-up to fights than the actual fights themselves. If I've learned anything from JRPGs, all stories have to end with the protagonist killing God. That is a common end goal. And as someone who doesn't like backstories, One Piece does them well because they actually mean something to the story. Yeah, I mean, I would say One Piece is in many ways like the gold standard for backstories, like because all of them are relevant. There might be one or two that I'm forgetting that aren't, but like every single one of them, as far as I'm concerned, is like valuable world building and contributes to the story. Like they're not skippable. You can't just miss that. You can't skip Kuma's backstory. You just can't. You wouldn't understand if you did. And that's actually something that I like about Gachiakuta as well. I've been rereading Gachiakuta, and the anime is coming out, so I'm engaging with it a lot, so it's on my mind a lot. But Gachiakuta is very action focused. There's a lot of action in that series, but there's also a lot of downtime for like story development and character development. And one of the things I like about Gachiakuta especially is that it's like it's very character driven in a much more subtle way than a lot of other stories. And the thing I like about Gachiakuta is like how interesting like the ultimate like world and mystery are. It's like the action is really not what I'm there for when it comes to Gachiakuta, even though the action is actually really good. The moment when Mael virtuous attacks an enemy with 1 HP left, that's fucked up. That's a form of torture. And it's been a while since I've done a trucking stream where I've done so many like shorter length jobs. I tend to, like I said, when I do these truck stream DLCs, I tend to do like a cross-country road trip to like see the new state. But this time keeping it close to Iowa. It's actually I'm trying to get the game to give me more jobs in Iowa. We're driving to Nebraska right now to try to find more jobs in Iowa because I want to explore northern Iowa. Omaha. I stayed in Omaha once when I was driving from Michigan to Oregon. I stayed in Omaha overnight. That was one of the better hotels I stayed at on that trip. But I didn't really see the city much. Do you need to have a job in northern Iowa to explore the area? I guess not. I could just drive my truck there. But I prefer to be doing a job, you know. Anytime I'm driving without trucking, I'm just wasting money. Reasonable. Those things cost a lot to maintain, especially if a railroad crossing arm slams down on your truck and takes out 25% of its functionality. Time is money, and money is what the CEOs need to buy another yacht. I'm like loaded in this game. I'm such a 1%er right now. Probably not, honestly, but I really need to like go and find another warehouse to buy and some trucks to. I need to buy some trucks and buy and hire some truckers to like continue increasing my wealth. Maybe that's what I'll do in the next town I land in Iowa. I'll look for a new warehouse, some new trucks, and new truckers. Maybe that's what we should do, a detour and try to expand whatever my company is called. I think it's just called Mack Trucking. Which is ironic because, yeah, Mack's Trucking. But which is an ironic name since I don't drive a Mack truck. I drive a Western. Or I drive a Volvo, actually. I did drive a Western Star for a long time, but right now I'm driving a Volvo. Mack Trucking, we get your truck there at max speed. Hell yeah, baby. With no damage. We have never damaged a shipment in our entire existence as a company. Not one time. Me, a CEO, schizophrenic, meeting the needs of my shareholders, the voices, by increasing profits, eating the fourth pallet of raisins. What's up, brah? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. By the way, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, I'd really appreciate it if you did. That would make me happy. I'm working hard out here. I'm trucking like crazy. I would appreciate it if you would show a little appreciation for my efforts. Hi, Luna. What are you looking at, girly bup? Luna is sitting on the floor next to my desk, everybody. She is scratching her face with her foot. Get a cat, guys. Cats are lit. Having a cat is lit. I like the broken puppet. One thing I don't like, the quest rewards are awful. I know. Oh, sorry, Ike. Didn't mean to touch a sore spot. What the fuck is going on up here? What's that tractor passing? Oh. Okay, yeah, there's a tractor on the road that's slowing everybody down out here in rural Nebraska. Thanks, asshole. You either get 2k ergo in a zone where you get like 400 per enemy. Has it been raining this whole stream? It stopped raining for like a little bit before I slept in the game. But it came back on when I woke up. I've got my rain probability set to like 50 or 70%. So there's like just a really high chance that it'll rain when I'm playing this game. Because I love it. I love driving in the rain. I live for it. Norfolk, Nebraska. I always wonder what it must be like to like live out in like the middle of nowhere in one of these like middle of the country states, because I've always lived in fairly populated places pretty much my whole life. When I was a kid, I lived in a small town, but I wasn't far from a decently large town. I've never lived like somewhere that's like 20 minutes from the nearest Walmart. And I always wonder what it'd be like to live that way. And I don't think I'd like it. I like being near stuff. At the same time, I do like the idea of living in like a peaceful cottage in the woods by myself where no one bothers me. Oh, this is a boring ass neighborhood right here. When's the next video? When it's done. How you doing, Roy? Oh, I can do that, right? Where is this? Oh, it's a little bit tougher than I expected because there's a mound of dirt next to it that wasn't on the map. But I can probably still do this. Might be getting my truck stuck on something here. I need to do like a big turn and then like carefully kind of back into the spot. I'm stuck on something, I think. I do enjoy the streams. Well, thank you, Roy. I'm glad you do. Big Boy has some really scary boss music. Who's the big boy? Are you talking about Go Blue? Green has started playing Claire Obscure, everybody. We finally got her. Burgeon. Oh, the Burgeon. Yeah, good luck. Good luck on that. I've watched Get to Max videos, the scripted stuff. I've been rewatching the Demon Slayer video recently. It just vindicates me so much. Well, I'm really glad you enjoy those videos. And don't get me wrong, I'm always working on one. They just take a long time to make is all. These things take time. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of research. And the video I'm working on right now is like the most research and the longest video I've ever done. So, you know, It just takes time, but it's coming. I don't want to give a deadline on it. I don't want to like tell you a date that it'll be ready, but it's coming. And as others have mentioned, you can get weekly updates and find out how far along it is on Patreon. Wild how much he loves Demon Slayer. No problem, Roy. He what, Mayo? He took away the damage dealer. You're fucked now. She's gone, Green. She's not coming back. It's permadeath. That's how you lose party members. You fucked up when you fought him. All right. That was kind of a tougher parking job than I expected, but we did it. Ooh. Damn spoilers. Let's see. There's gas and service over here. I was trying to see if there happened to be a nearby warehouse I could buy, but it doesn't look like it. So then let's get some gas and get some sleep, and then we'll try to find our next job. No kidding, I'm really, really early on in Clair of Scare. I'm just joking, guys. It's not a real spoiler. Recently checked out your video on Vinland Saga. It was so good. Well, thank you. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Kartikeya? I'm just gonna call you Malik. Thank you, Malik. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Haven't even started it yet. Great game. Highly recommend. Best game I've played this year, and it's been a good year of games for me so far. Vinland Saga is such a good manga. It really is. I'm so like, for those of you that are caught up, damn that sucks, you know? I had a feeling Vinland Saga was gonna have a bit of an unhappy ending, and I think I got confirmation of that at this point. Batman dies in Endgame. I haven't read the most recent couple chapters. I'm so worried. You should be. You should be. I won't spoil it. I won't. But damn. I also need to catch up, but I want to reread it. After the final chapter comes out, I think I'm going to do a reread of Vinland Saga. Because the final chapter is coming out soon. Don't know exactly when. They took like a break month, but... Oh, I can't turn right on red. It's illegal for trucks. I forgot. It's ending this month, right? I think so. I think it's in this month's issue, yeah. I know it would have to be sad, but I'm kind of on a cliffhanger right now, so I'm freaking. I just like if we're to make Vinland Saga historically accurate, it just couldn't have a happy ending. That was kind of how I thought of it for a long time, and I seem to be right. I think the final chapter is going to be hopeful, but not happy. Little Vinland Saga fun fact: the actual King Canute once executed someone for trying to do take-backs in chess. That's fair. I was on the post regarding the final chapter, and an asshole spoiled the recent death of a character. I was so pissed. I've been waiting for it to finish so I could binge. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. You gotta, like, if you're trying not to get spoiled, you gotta just, like, not engage with the internet when it comes to that subject, because people are so bad about spoiling. Oh, I think I probably should have not gone in this entrance. But maybe I can drive over the grass. Not quite here, but somewhere. That's a pole. Almost ran into it. It's all good. I wish I had... I should set it up so I can, like, look around with my D-pad when I'm using my wheel. Because one of the things that's most irritating about playing this with the steering wheel is just being able to look around. I'm an emotional person, so I will still probably cry when I read it. I don't think, like, knowing some things are coming will affect their emotional impact, just the way that Vinland Saga is. Mack's character has neck issues. I can't remember. Do I have my D-pad set up to do anything? No, it's not set up to do anything. I should set it up to, like, turn the camera. Let's see. Camera controls. What does look forward mean? So I can say I can look left and look right, but what about look up and down? Or is it... I mean, I guess look left and right would probably do it. That'd be enough, but... Does that work? Yeah, that works. It's a bit slow, but it'll do. Say not having a neck is a neck issue. It's more of a skill issue, I'd say. Imagine, you know? 2 a.m., baby! We love 2 a.m. Is it raining still? Hell yeah, it is. Let's talk about gas. Let's get some gas. Get some gas for my truck. First trident, by the way. Good job, Green. Okay. So there's no nearby warehouses I can buy. So let's take the next job I can. That'll take me to Iowa. If there are any. Any jobs to Iowa? Any at all? No, not a one. Okay, what job takes me the closest to Iowa? This takes me back to Omaha, which is pretty close to Iowa. Not that. Definitely not that. I could definitely take one of these jobs that takes me back to Omaha. That wouldn't be too bad. They are oversized loads, which would be kind of a pain. So one is take an oversized load job just so I can be close to Iowa. oversized load jobs are such a pain. At the same time, it's not very far away. Is this the new Everdark boss? Oversized loads might as well be. I could also drive to Columbus and try to take a job from there. I also don't know if my truck necessarily has enough torque for these huge oversized loads. These 97,000 pounds, 188,000 pounds. That's a lot, you know. Let's drive to Columbus or wherever it was. What's up, Bill? How you doing, by the way? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking it on the way in. I appreciate that. Maybe Columbus has a warehouse I could buy. Nope, doesn't look like they do. All right, well, let's drive to Columbus. It's not too far down the road. This game has the reverse Bloodborne effect where the human fights are really bad. Nah, I don't know if I would agree with that. Some of the early ones, yes, like the Rabbit Brotherhood, but like the Puppet King, Laxasia, the final boss, which is a nameless puppet, I think it's called. I forget the name, to be honest. All some of my favorite fights. Or do you mean literally humans and not like humanoids? Like the puppets are... I meant stalkers. Ah. Are puppets really humans? I mean, that's the whole question of the game, isn't it? I gotta jump off the stream. You guys take care. Clip it if someone gets isekai'd by Mack in this. Appreciate you, Gimli. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you later. American Truck Sim has non-human fights. Yeah, like deer coming across your truck. You gotta hit those suckers as fast as you can. Hey, Mac, nice haircut. It looks like Tandro from Demon Slayer. No, it doesn't. But thank you, the little one. The little Oline? I'm just gonna call you the little. I'm glad you like my hair, the little. I don't know the answer. I have played it. I assume you meant to say I haven't, but... I mean, that's the question, isn't it? That is the question the whole game is trying to ask you. How do you think the Dust Triads would fare versus Death Note? I mean, Luffy's name is written on a wanted poster. It would not be very hard for Light to... I mean, shit. The dude literally goes after criminals. So, as soon as Luffy gets a bounty, it's over. Puppet King is fantastic. Same with Champion Victor. Laxasia is fantastic, and so is Nameless Puppet. I think Laxasia was my favorite fight in the game. Possibly, it's a toss-up between Laxasia and the Nameless Puppet, I'd say. They were both really good. I loved when I discovered that I could parry Laxasia's ranged lightning blast and shoot him back at her. That was fucking sick, you know? Does this game allow truckers to carry guns? It's American after all. I've been saying for years that American Truck Simulator needs to give you the option to have a gun and to shoot it at drivers who piss you off, because that would be the American truck experience. Wow, shit, the rain is fucking my ass up. Columbus discovered. All right, let's see which jobs are nearby. What do we got, baby? Something that takes me into Iowa, please. Iowa. That takes me to Des Moines. That's exactly where I wanted to go, actually. That's perfect. I think I'll take that job. I just want to see what my other options are. I've already been to Ottawa. All right, perfect. Let's go to Des Moines. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Taking forklifts to Des Moines? Damn, baby. I'm forklift certified as fuck out here. Maybe there's a mod. The Death Note might not even work on Chopper, as it only works on humans. Then again, Chopper has the human fruit, so maybe it would. Ooh, that's a conundrum, isn't it? Would it work? Would it not work because he was born reindeer, or does it work because he ate human devil fruit? Speeding? I was going the speed limit a second ago. I don't know if you changed the speed limit on me in an instant. If the death note only works on humans, though, okay, it's a question of, okay, the Straw Hats as a whole wouldn't be able to survive the death note. But Jinbei is not a human. He's a fishman. So they couldn't kill Jinbei. So a Straw Hat might be able to make it, but not the Straw Hats as a whole. We need to ask Oda for the next SBS. Maybe the truck transforms into a normal-sized gun like Megatron. Oh yeah, all that matter just compresses right down. Is that a Street View vehicle driving next to me? I better show it my ass. I gotta show that camera my ass. I'm compelled to do it. I don't know about you guys, but when I see a camera, I feel the need to show it my ass. Probably should have looked both ways before making that turn, but sometimes you just got trucking to do, you know? Let me in! Let me in! Honestly, with how many, like, security checks, border checks, way stations there are in American Truck Sim and Euro Truck Sim, there really should be, like, some trafficking options. Just to give the, because like right now the way stations are only a problem if your truck is like super damaged, because then you'll get a fine. But like you're never gonna get caught for like the weight being off or anything like that, because you're never carrying anything extra. How do you think the Straw Hats would deal with problems affecting modern life, such as generative AI that harasses CEOs into quitting? I mean, I think Luffy would be too lackadaisical to even understand what's going on. Usopp would be against AI because he's an artist. Frankie would utilize it, but not for creative purposes. I think Brook is too old to understand the concept. Zoro's too stupid. Okay, now Nami would use AI generated images. Nami would create like an AI generated images Patreon because she's a greedy fuck, you know? What options? What are you talking about, Green? Oh yeah, it's time to take some fucking forklifts to Des Moines. That's what I'm talking about, baby. This is the kind of job I want. Did not mean to do that. AI has been so bogged down by all of the art and JetGPT stuff that people aren't looking at all the incredible ways it's being used to help people. I think it's more to do with the fact that it's being pushed down our throats for a bunch of useless shit, rather than being shown the more the utilities of it. Like with Google adding like AI summaries and like AI mode and like AI writes your emails and there's no option to turn it off. You know, stuff like that. Like there's so many companies that are just shoving it down our throats and not really giving us an option to not engage with it. Can you go to Utah in this game? Yes, you can. They have added Utah as a state. Been a long time since that one got added. Come on, Boozy. Get me out of here. Oh, fucking stop sign. Is this an always stop or no? No, I don't think so. I don't see anyone coming. Yeah, I should have stayed a paid feature. I just don't like that I can't turn it off. Like I really dislike that. Like when I'm at work, Google tries to be like, hey, use our AI to write your email. Use our AI to improve your email. And I'm like, no. And I don't want you suggesting it either. I don't want to see it. I'm perfectly capable of writing my own emails. I'm quite literate, in fact. When people said AI is the future, they meant stuff like curing cancer and solving problems, and companies turned that into another way to cut costs and sell information. I mean, that's the thing. You know, like there's for one thing, there's the people who are like celebrating like AI, like stealing artists' jobs is like a good thing. That's the thing I really don't understand. Like people have been like mad for years about like how automation has like taken jobs. And then as soon as AI comes along and starts stealing artists' jobs, there's all these weirdos who are celebrating it and being like, how does it feel? Get fucked. And it's like, is this revenge really so important to you that you're like okay with this? You've been saying this is like a bad thing for a very long time, and all of a sudden you're for it because it means you can get back at people who weren't fucked over by it. Like, what is wrong with you? But, you know, it's the same problem it always is. You know, when we create tools like AI or automation, what should happen is that people's jobs should get easier and they should be able to make more money doing less work so they can live better lives. But that's not how capitalism works. Instead, people lose hours, lose jobs, and get paid less. And so it's only good for the people who are using that technology to cut back on their costs. It's not a good thing for workers. It could be. It could be a really good thing for workers, but it's not. And so it's unfortunate. It's like this could be a good thing. This could be a really good thing, but it's not. AI democratizes art is one of the most pathetic things I've ever heard. It is unbelievably sad. It is unbelievably sad. Like, brother, just pick up a goddamn pencil. If you don't want to learn this skill, then you don't have the skill. That doesn't mean that skill isn't accessible. That is just incredible. Just a few years ago, graphic cards used to spontaneously combust just trying to render Utah. It's amazing how far technology has come. They're for it because they aren't creative and don't want to put in the work to be creative. It's just, it's such a strange thing to celebrate to me. It's like, okay, the people who celebrate like the democratization of art are one thing because they're just fucking morons. But I'm really weirded out by the people that celebrate how people are losing work, losing money, losing jobs because of AI. Why do you consider that a good thing? Why are you celebrating that? Why are you acting like it was a good thing that factory workers lost jobs? I, for one, never celebrated that. I never thought that was a good thing. I've always been on the side that, like, if we find a way to automate things, that means people should get to work less hours for the same amount of money. That's not how it works, but it's what I want. There's a very clear, like, line you can see, like, up until around, like, the 40s, working hours kept reducing. You know, from like 1860s to 1940s, working hours went down from like 60 to 40 because we kept finding ways to automate things. And so people had to work less and they had better lives. And people, like, I've seen people post memes about like Teddy Roosevelt, like putting in place a 5-day work week and treating it like a bad thing. But what people don't understand is that Teddy Roosevelt put in a law mandating a 5-day work week. That took away a work day. That was to reduce it from 6 to 5. That wasn't like to make people work. That was like Teddy Roosevelt being like, we don't need people to work 6 days a week. But ever since we went down to the 40-hour work week, we've automated more, and hours have not gone back down. Have not gone like the trend of working hours going down has not continued for almost 100 years. Working hours have stayed the same when before they would reduce. We don't need to work 40-hour work days. We don't. We've found ways to we could pay people enough and automate enough things so people don't need to do that. I didn't know people were celebrating stuff like that, but I imagine it has something to do with the political divide. Oh, 100%. 100%. AI will be a paid feature very soon, and whichever company has the most people using theirs is going to make a shit ton of money from it because people are already dependent on it. I bet you there will be strong incentives to reduce working hours purely because we need people to have more time to make children. I mean, I hope so. Really, I don't think there's any reason for us to not be on 4-day work weeks at this point. There's a lot of logistical challenges with making that possible, but it's not out of reach. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier. All of the problems you can think of that might come up as a result of 40-hour work weeks can be answered by pay executives less. If you're worried about coverage, hire more people, pay executives less. You know, if you're worried about safety, hire more people, pay executives less. Like, that is always the solution. We still need people in factories as systems can always fail and a human fail-safe is always helpful. Yes, I think humans need to continue being in these places as fail-safes, but again, like people don't need to work as many hours or work as hard to do the same jobs as they used to. And that should be a good thing. People should celebrate that and make it possible. I think it's the type of people who view creation or skill as something desirable and superior to others, but again, they're lazy. It's the same kind of person that takes a mail by order doctorate course so they can say they're a doctor even though they have no practical impact to their life. It's very much like people who just, I would say, don't know how to improve their lives to some extent. Like, they don't understand the concept of like learning a skill, or they don't understand it to the depth that they could. I think Utah is very underrated. Everyone talks about terrible places like Texas and Chicago, but no one talks about 10 places like Utah and New York. I mean, a lot of people talk about New York, I think. I honestly don't understand why more people don't talk about Utah. Like, it's amazing how underrated it is. I like Utah. I haven't spent a lot of time in it, but when I was moving to Oregon, I drove through Logan, Utah, and Logan, Utah, one of those beautiful cities I've ever been in. I feel bad that future generations won't get experience Skibbity Toilet. Feel so bad for future generations seeing kids talk about using ChatGPT for everything in school is scary. Like, I'm so bad I managed to skip that. I'm so happy I managed to skip that. Yeah, me too. I don't know. The world is in a very weird transitionary period, and I can only hope we'll end up in a better place on the other side of it, but it doesn't feel like we're going in that direction. Truck stream got heavy. My neck's kind of hurting. I'm glad that I missed a couple things. You know, I'm glad that I graduated a few years before the pandemic. Going to high school during the pandemic, or any school really, sounds like it would have been really difficult, really unpleasant. Why does it always feel like the world is ending? Does every generation experience this? I don't think the boomers experienced this, because they were brought into the world during a crazy amount of prosperity brought on by their parents, and all they've done since then has been to make the world worse. So I don't think the boomers felt that way. I'm sure every generation feels it to some extent, because all of us feel like we're going through like the worst time in history because it's the only time we've experienced, you know. I'm not too worried about academic dishonesty. It was the same issue with the internet and things like Spark Notes. I think the real squeeze is we don't have enough we don't have enough tools to catch GPT powered cheating. I think the real problem is that we aren't doing enough to try to regulate it. There's been like no attempt to try to like regulate AI. None. And every time it gets brought up, it gets shut down by AI bros, basically, who CEO types who view it as a cost-cutting measure that they don't want to regulate. It's the same with like crypto. Like crypto came on so hard and so fast, and they had so much time to regulate it, and they didn't. And AI, again, like it's coming on so hard, it's coming on so fast. We have fucking jackass. We have the time now to do something about it, to make sure that it's used ethically and safely, and every attempt to do so is getting shut down. The way some boomers talk is genuinely disgustingly out of touch, and it's not just speaking from a place of naivety. It's extremely condescending and cruel. It's like an unwillingness to understand the world around them. Again, like the thing is that like boomers were brought into a world where they had an unbelievable amount of opportunity, and they were taught by their parents that they had to work really hard for what they wanted, because that's how their parents had to live their lives. But the reality was that boomers did not need to work that hard to get what they wanted. So they believed that they worked hard, when in reality, comparatively, they did not. Not to say that they didn't. Let's not pretend that boomers were just entirely on easy street their entire lives. But comparative to every generation surrounding them, comparative to the silent generation before them, Gen X after them, millennials after them, Zoomers after them, they had it the easiest of all. And they just struggle to wrap their minds around that. They were taught to think that they had it hard, but they didn't. They made a movie in Java which was completely made using AI. It was absurdly successful. I think AI is coming for Hollywood next. I mean, there's already a ton of like AI generated videos on TikTok that are doing insanely well, which is depressing as a content creator who worked for years to get the meager following that I've got. That's upsetting for me. I was thinking the next generation will feel similar about millennials when it comes to the climate disaster. In terms of like that they didn't do enough, or what do you mean? Boomers weren't prosperous, only white male boomers from America were prosperous. Okay, to be fair, I am mostly talking from the American perspective right now, because that's all I have. I am American, so you know. I'm talking about American boomers. I should probably add that caveat, but generational resentment. I mean, I think that's always going to exist. Every generation resents other generations, and like I try my best not to be that way, but it still comes. I mean, listen to me talking shit about my boomers, you know. Generally, I try to approach every person as an individual and try not to like put them in a box based on their generation. But like, you already see so much hate from Zoomers, who are still very young, towards Gen Alpha, who haven't really even established themselves yet. There's already a ton of like vitriol towards Gen Alpha. Gen X has never and will never hold political or economic plurality. I mean, they're already like getting so old, and like the boomers are just refusing to like vacate offices. It's like Gen X always gets forgotten. People won't talk about Gen X once they're gone. I look at Gen Alphas with disgust and hatred. It is true. It is true that Gen Betas will be worse. I can feel it. In general, I think like people just need to not box people in based on generations. Like looking at generations are like an entirely human created idea, and it can be useful as like a research perspective to look at like what did like people face at this time, whatever. But trying to say that someone is the way that they are or whatever, because I'm going to discover that question mark real quick because I think it's a recruitment agency and I need one right now. Let me just make sure I discover that place. It's just important not to put people in boxes. It really, really is. Like at the end of the day, something like generational stereotyping is it's just not a good thing to do. You don't, because it leads, I believe, to very close-minded thinking. There are useful strata, like millennials growing up with the internet has strong cultural effects. That's what I'm saying. Like looking at generations on a grand scale and looking at how like the world has changed around that or what they've had to face from like a research perspective, from like a historical perspective is useful. But approaching other people, approaching individuals, looking at like generational trends is not a good thing to do, I don't believe. Generations have never been useful in a present context. They were originally defined purely for retrospective analysis because looking at what a generation did is a lot more doable than what a generation is doing. Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that 100%. I would agree with that 100%. I can do that. I can park that. Give myself as much space to turn as I can get here. Try to basically jackknife this. Hit these tracks here in a moment, so hopefully I'll have enough room to... I'm driving on something here, but it should be a-okay. I turned too far. I just knocked my microphone. I hate this giant shock mount. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't want it. I miss my old microphone mount. I'm sad that it broke. I tried to find a similar one, but they're actually hard to find because they usually just come with the microphone. Alright, I'm gonna need to like straighten up to like get this because we're off right now. I wonder if your truck can be struck by lightning. That'd be interesting. I don't know. Yeah, well, Green, how about you generate some bitches? No! AI art is theft! No generating anime bitches. Oh, I'm way off right now. It's a harder parking job than it appeared at first. It was deceptively simple. But we got it. I can still get it. Your boy Mac is a parking king. I can do this, no problem. I'm gonna back it up kind of back to here. Past the spot, way past the spot, intentionally. We're doing this on purpose. And we just pull it forward, nice and simple. We might have to adjust a little bit, but... there we go. That's the spot. Another excellent delivery, Mac. Now let's see what's in our immediate vicinity. I'm still looking for a warehouse to purchase. Actually, do I have any? I'm pretty sure my other warehouse is full, but I just want to check. Do I have any room in my other warehouse for more drivers? Oh, yeah, I do. Wait, what the fuck? I bought another warehouse? When did I do that? Oh, shit. I have 3 garage slots open plus another one in Phoenix? All right, I got to buy some trucks then. I got to buy some trucks and then hire some truckers. All right, is there a dealership nearby? That's what I should be looking for. I got room for 4 more truckers and trucks. Local businessman so rich he doesn't even know how many warehouses he has. Peterbilt. There's a Peterbilt dealer right there. What other options are there, if any? Not a lot. All right, let's go here to get rest and gas, and then we'll head for the Peterbilt dealership. And then we can come back here. Well, why don't we recruit some drivers first? I'll get them some trucks after. And all of them are going to have to relocate because I do not have any of my warehouses in Iowa, and they're just going to have to suck it up. Oh, good. The train's almost over. Hiring drivers before I buy trucks is probably not the best idea, but it'll be all right. Unless I literally can't. Unless I need trucks for them. Raccoon City DLC win. At least there was no Arm of Doom this time. Yeah, thank God for that. I can't take these repair costs, man. So I got $1 million in the bank. I think with $1 million, I should be able to hire 4 truckers and buy 4 trucks. Not in reality, but in this video game, I think I can. I think that'll be enough. They're closed for another hour. I think. It's Sunday. No, they're not even open today, the bastards. God fucking damn it. All right, let's go buy the trucks first then. Fucking stupid recruitment agency. Motherfuckers. When are we getting the Alaska DLC? You know, I think Alaska and Hawaii will probably come after they finish the continental U.S. But that'll be huge when it does eventually come. Because Alaska is... Man, I feel like they're going to have to do... If they do Alaska at all, I feel like they're probably going to have to do like Alaska Part 1 and Alaska Part 2 DLC. Because Alaska is fucking huge. It's bigger than people realize. Real-time ferry travel. Well, I want one-to-one scale Earth. I want to spend 8 hours driving through Nebraska and still be in Nebraska. Hawaii is really pretty to drive by. What do you mean drive by? You don't really drive by Hawaii, because if you're driving by Hawaii, you're in the ocean. So what do you mean by that? They'll probably pull Euro Truck Sim with how you get from Britain to continental Europe. I imagine so. I imagine it'll just be like you go up to Canada and there's like a fast travel to Alaska thing. Or a ferry from like Washington to Alaska. Actually, I was going to get gas and service and sleep, but let's go to the dealership first. Why does it want me to go on the highway? Whatever, I'll just trust it. You could also drive by Hawaii, and I imagine it'd be pretty, but driving in Hawaii is nice. Well, you didn't say in Hawaii, you said driving by. Start doing North Canadian provinces, retitle the game North American Truck Simulator, and just set up the land route to Alaska. I mean, as long as the DLC keeps selling, they might not have a strong reason to move on from this game, you know? They put more time into American Truck Sim than they do Euro Truck Sim, and I think it's because the DLC sells pretty well. Personally, like, I'm 100% along for the ride with American Truck Sim. I will buy every DLC. And my hope is that someday I will have a full map of the U.S. to drive through. They're making progress, you know? When I first started playing the game, I want to say like Utah was the DLC that was coming out. Now we're into Iowa. They've made a lot of progress in the past like 3 years. It's still probably going to be like 5 more years before they finish the U.S., but I thought it would have been really funny if they didn't include UK and Euro Truck, but that obviously wouldn't make sense as there are so many French lorries on the motorway all the time. Well, now that Brexit happens, they should really like cut the UK out of Euro Truck. They should just remove it. Should retroactively remove it from the game. I'm really excited. They announced a while ago that they were developing like a road trip mode for American Truck Sim where you'll just be able to drive a car. You want to drive a truck, you can just drive a car and drive wherever you want. I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna do like a big road trip stream when they release that. Because I've been saying for a long time that it'd be cool to have a game like that where you just get to go on road trips to the US. A long drive but normal. Why is green in streaming in stream VC? Oh shit. Was I supposed to be we had a joke that green green was like, I'm gonna play Clair Obscure tomorrow too, and I was like, no, but then I won't be able to watch. And she was like, and I joked that like I could put her stream in the corner of my stream. She might have been waiting for me to join to do that, but I didn't realize she was doing that. Have you heard about the Google Street View road trip? No, I haven't. Signal acquired. So that was the bit. That was the joke the whole time. Because you weren't, when you started doing that at the beginning of the stream, you weren't in there. So I didn't think. Let's see.
Yeah, that was the bit.
That was the bit. Okay, you could have like sent me a message.
Signal while I was still cooking. And then as soon as I got here, I had my signal acquired.
Hang on, let me
get it like a GPS.
You guys hear that Clair Obscure music? Oh, we love that.
It's gonna be extra quiet right now because I'm tabbed out, so be aware.
It's okay.
I can just not type that comment now. I can just say it. There's a stream of someone's just like in Google Street View going around and they're doing a road trip and people are watching. Wholesome.
So anyway, the joke was gonna be that she was just gonna fight a chromatic Nevron for the entire time that I was streaming American Truck Sim, but apparently she's been doing that, and I just haven't been watching.
I have been progressing instead of fighting the chromatic.
Well, I figured when you said you were fighting a Burgeon, I figured you were just doing that. But God, I love the flying waters. So goddamn pretty. Music's fucking beautiful.
Green fish tank corner.
I mean, she is in the underwater area, so.
I noticed that I was missing an item over there. Also, I don't think my right bumper is actually broken. I think this really, really big Sapporo beer has just made me worse at parries.
You blamed the tools. Can we get Tiny Aquarium in the other corner? I can try. It might. The last time I tried to do this with Tiny Aquarium, it like broke my computer. So.
Uh-oh.
It just whatever I was playing, like it like Tiny Aquarium made it lag really badly. Tiny Aquarium is like a weirdly CPU intensive game for some reason. It's all that fish technology. It's really hard to load.
What's like the Call of Duty meme with like the swimming and the fish?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was an old meme. I don't remember how it went.
Oh, I got to level 39. I got the rainbow lights. Let's go. Let me put that on this tank. Hang on, I'll show you guys in a second.
Okay.
I love the rainbow lights. They're so pretty.
In fish game?
Yeah, in fish game. So I go to tiny mode. Can't move with monitor it's on. I gotta get another.
Fish is now harder to render than Utah. To be fair, it's a lot more than just
you
one
almost
fish.
stepped on my hand. I can't see when you stand there. Luna, we tried this before. It's not. You can't sit here when I'm streaming American Truck Sim. Why does it? Okay, so it's capturing the entire win. Let me try another game capture instead.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh no! Come on! I don't know if
okay,
that was visible on stream, but that was really sad.
It wants to capture the entire window, even though Tiny Aquarium only takes up this small portion. So let's just move that. Let's put Tiny Aquarium on top of green. There we go. Wait, let's try to play American Truck Sim.
Oh, on top of, not like superimposed over. I see.
There we go. Now this is lit. Oh, let's buy some trucks for my new truckers.
Where was I?
No, not Freight Market. Where do I buy? There's where I buy trucks.
This is just the part 2 of when you
Yeah, I was thinking about that. You're right.
It's such a good bit.
I can't see because Tiny Aquarium's in the way. Shit, where can I put it? It moves the...
Oh, that's where the mine was. I didn't have to leave here at all. How silly of me.
The thing is, like, Tiny's... Can I switch monitors? There we go. That's perfect. Thank you. Okay, let's put that down there. Sorry, guys. This is going to take a minute to adjust for, like, a 20-minute stream bit. There we go. Truck dealership is closed. God fucking damn it! I was worried about that. Can I sleep at this truck dealership? Can I sleep in their parking lot? Sometimes they can. Yeah, I should be able to. Why is everything closed on Sunday, man?
The Sabbath.
Fucking get over it, religious people.
You know, we actually have religious people to thank for like normalizing the 5-day work week. Henry Ford wanted to incentivize like Jewish laborers, so he gave them Saturday off.
Yeah, well, you should have thought of that.
It was for very bad reasons, but it's, you know, good that he did it.
Where do I... Is this trucker taking up the only sleeping spot on this parking lot?
I was taking away prime working hours. What the heck? Why is Gustav going first?
Oh, fuck me. He must have more speed. Did you level up?
He does not have more speed. Well, actually, I leveled up, but his agility is way below the other two.
They go up even if you don't put points into them.
Mm.
So
Well, his natural speed growth must be insane.
I don't know. I don't have the game's stats memorized. Is this a park? Is this a sleeping spot? Yes, it is. Okay, now I'm gonna sleep in their parking lot until they're open. Nope, I'm going back to sleep. It's not Saturday yet. Or it's not Monday yet. Going back to sleep. They're not open at 4 a.m. Now they can sell me trucks. I've been sleeping in their parking lot for an entire, like, 36 hours out of spite. Alright, guys. Are we feeling stimulated with the Clair Obscure and Tiny Aquarium gameplay in the corner? Alright. Do they have any decent trucks that I might want to buy to replace my current truck? What is my current truck's stats? I wish they had an easy comparison thing when you're at dealerships, but they don't, so... Who's this? Oh, this is showing me like every truck in existence. I want to see my truck. My Volvo has 600 horsepower. I don't know. That's really the only thing I pay attention to. Okay. We need more stimulation. So let's see. This truck has... Truck details. It's got a cabin. It's got 600 horsepower and 2,000 pound torque. Let me know if green stream is too loud, folks. I think it's a little too loud. Turn it down. .600 horsepower, 2,000 pound torque. What truck options do they have here? Their most expensive truck. It's 500 horsepower and 1,600 pound torque. My truck is much better. I'll buy some like mid-tier trucks for my new truckers. This one looks pretty good. 450 horsepower, 1,600 pound torque. Costs 160,000. So I have let's see. I have 1.1 million dollars right now. If we do $160,000
Oh, I see the total stat.
times 4.
Lune's agility or Lune's speed was still way above.
So it's going to cost me $640,000 to buy 4 trucks. I can afford that. It's not a problem. Let me see. What does it look like inside this thing? How do I view... There's a way to view like the inside. I mean, I guess I don't care because I'm buying this for other people, but... It's got a sleeper cabin. That's a good truck for me to buy my truckers.
Imagine caring about your employees.
All I need to do... I want to see what it looks like inside the cabin. First person enabled. What do you mean? Can I like walk around? Oh, that's new. Can I... How do I view the inside? There we go. It's a pretty nice truck, I'd say. It's a nice truck for me to buy my people. They get the cheap interior, though. They don't get the premium interior. They're not an owner. Confirm. So that saves me... That's
outfitting them all with 2 fish tanks.
How expensive is outfitting all of them with 2 fish tanks? That saves me like $10,000 per truck if I don't get the premium interior. What other changes can I make? I could get them probably some better engines. If I spend just $2,000 more, I can bump them up to a 500 horsepower engine. Actually, it's not even 2,000. It's like, oh no, it is about $2,000 more. I can get them a 500 horsepower engine. 6-speed is fine. We'll get different colors for every truck, I think. Maybe I'll get some like goofy ass skins. Like this fucking shit. Oh, the skins are expensive. Nah, I'm buying these for like some.
Oh, a big friend didn't respawn.
So that costs 156,000. That's not bad. Cutting costs at the expense of higher output. Listen, do my truckers really need the premium interiors? They can have premium interiors when they own their own trucks. Right now they're borrowing my trucks. So they get the normal interior. They don't need the like laminated wood interior. That's for me. That's for big money Mac, you know?
Yeah, okay, Jeff.
Purchase that truck. No, I don't want to drive my new truck. It's going to one of my garages.
Tour Eiffel. That's not the.
No,
that's not the Eiffel Tower. No. What's that doing here?
Let me buy another one.
The Lumiere. It's also not here.
I'm gonna. Oh wait, hang on. Actually, let me. This one will be a different color. We got to get different colors for all the trucks. We'll make this one forest green in honor of green. That's the green truck. Don't want to drive it. A pitch black truck is perfect for driving without headlights and causing numerous accidents. Listen, you gotta cut costs sometimes. Okay, now let's get another color. Maybe one of them can have a nicer paint job. I don't know. Do I want to give them... Nah, costs too much. We'll make this one blue. Purchase. Don't need to drive it. Put it in Flagstaff. And one more. We'll buy one more. We'll make this one pure red. Like Mack from Cars. Too costly for the gay rainbow truck. Yeah. Again, they can have the gay rainbow truck when they own it.
Whoa. That's going too far.
No.
It was just Pride Month.
No. See, my car is like blue and purple, and it's got a nice like pearlescent paint job, so the color changes as you change the position with the truck. Because I own it. I own the truck. I've got the premium interior. I've got like an 18-speed engine. Because I'm the owner.
Did you say that your truck transitions?
Yes.
Whoa.
My truck has a really nice transmission. What? Fuck, I didn't mean to drive this. No, I don't want to drive this. Ah, god damn it. I don't want no, fuck you. Give me my old truck back. Where's my Volvo? Gimme. Yes. Is it going to take me to Flagstaff so I can drive this truck? Oh, it sent me back to my home base. Shit. Oh, whatever. There's got to be a recruitment center somewhere nearby. Look right here. That's a recruitment center right there, isn't it?
Transformer gender.
Pride Month over. It's time for capitalism. And hey, you know, if they want to pay for it themselves, even, you know, if they're like, I'm fucking gay, I'm fucking gay as fuck, I like sucking man cock, and they're like, I need the Pride truck, they can pay for the paint job themselves if they want out of their pay. But
that's discrimination.
The company funds how?
Straight people get straight trucks, but gay people don't get gay trucks.
No, straight people get normal basic ass trucks, and gay people also get normal basic ass trucks.
Yeah, straight trucks.
No.
They're boring, they're plain, like straight people.
You don't know how the trucks identify. What do you think, just because they don't conform to your idea of a gay truck, that means they aren't gay? Is that what you're saying?
It was just Pride Month, that's all I'm saying.
And if the gay workers want the colorful rainbow gay truck, they can pay for it out of their own cut, or they get their own truck. That's not my job to supply that.
Oh, let's go. Holy moly.
All right, let's find some good truckers. We need to find people who are relatively low experience and will not want a lot of money. Because then, like, we don't have to pay them a ton when they get highly skilled, because they'll get good training over time. Yeah, 0.8 driver rating. That's what I'm talking about. But they still cost a lot. Everyone's like $3.50 a dollar per delivery minimum. Oh, it's probably the per mile cost that's gonna change, isn't it? $16.50. No, they're all about $16.50. Even like the better trained worker, this guy costs a lot. But even the better trained workers don't. Let's hire Valentino. Valentino can drive the new truck in Phoenix. And let's hire Will. Will can drive one of the new trucks in Flagstaff. And I'm liking
Skippy. I thought you were done.
Like sour mayo.
What the fuck?
Max spinning bars of inclusivity right now. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Let's hire. I like Jacob. We'll hire Jacob, and he can drive a truck in Flagstaff. Actually, you know what? Let's not hire Jacob. We need some DEI hires. Let's hire Susan instead. Because I don't have any women working for me. I need some women on payroll, or I'm gonna get shut down by the liberals.
You should have hired Jacob and then make him transition.
We're hiring Susan. Susan's gonna work in Flagstaff, and Sarah. Sarah too. There, I have 2 women on payroll. Sarah works in Flagstaff now. You're both gonna have to relocate. There we go. I just hired 4 more truckers. And it only cost me half of my net worth. I'm so fucking balling, man.
See, this is why CEOs can't take pay cuts.
Exactly. It's for business moves.
Businessman with standards.
A businessman with standards. Where's there a gas? There's gotta be a gas station in this town, right? I live here. I don't even know what's around because I'm never here. I'm always on the road. I had these cotton candy flowered sour strips, and they might have been the most mid candy I've ever had in my life. I'm sorry you're disappointed, Skippy. To be honest, I feel like anything cotton candy flavored that is not cotton candy just kind of doesn't taste that great. Like, it's usually just tastes like sugar, because cotton candy is just fluffed up sugar with a little bit of flavor added.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about making things cotton candy flavored is that cotton candy doesn't like have a flavor.
Cotton candy is flavored after other things. You get like raspberry flavored cotton candy.
Sometimes, but like the default is just sugar. Because that's all it is.
Mack hired women to avoid backlash from the progressives, thinking like a true executive. Absolutely. See, you get it. And Valentino sounded like a Latin name, so I'm kind of building it out, building up my race inclusivity too.
Oh, I haven't been equipping. I haven't changed my pictops in like forever.
See, I was on that grind to unlock all of the Pictos, so I barely ever held on to them for more than the 4 battles I would need to master them.
I've just forgotten. I think everyone I have equipped has to be mastered right now. Wait, those are skills.
I love water-flavored food.
That doesn't make sense for me.
I love these ambient aquarium sounds of my treasure chests opening up and releasing bubbles. You know what I ought to do? So sometimes, like, whatever game I was playing, I tried to play Tiny Aquarium and it was too much of a draw on my system, so it made whatever game I was playing lag. And this is, like, causing American Trucks into lag a little bit. What I ought to do is, like, record, like, 4 hours of tiny aquarium footage, and that I just have it playing whenever I stream.
That'd be a really good bit. Male didn't have any Pictos equipped.
Yikes. She's too powerful.
Stupid.
You can't give her Pictos because she just breaks the game.
I'm dumb.
Oh, we need that.
Hurtful.
I bought them. They
Really
smelled like cotton candy, and they were colored like cotton candy flavor. I ate a few, and they genuinely tasted like nothing. All I could taste was the sour crystals, and it wasn't good. I assume is what you're trying to say. Doesn't sound that good.
Not sour. Wasn't even that good.
The time loop of the same fish replays for eternity. Anyone who points it out is immediately banned.
Bro, the stream is not pre-recorded. Look, the fish just ate the fish food. It hasn't done that before.
This clown triggerfish has never swam diagonally to the upper left. Never. Never record any new tiny aquarium footage too. Just make it the exact same footage for every stream. You guys are looking at my best tank right now. That's my that tank is exclusively unique fish. There's no basic ass fish in that tank, and it's got the rainbow lights on it. That's my pirate tank. It's my pirate themed tank with all unique fish.
Did I just say that after I ate a snack or something? Sorry, Bill, I don't think I follow.
Can I upgrade this garage? Current productivity. Oh, I see. Upgrade. You want to upgrade for 180,000. Upgrading the garage will give you 2 extra slots of garage space. No, I don't think so. I just hired 4 new drivers and bought 4 new trucks. I can wait a bit to save some money for that. I have so many truckers now. It was just Edgar and Nathan before. It was just Jacksepticeye and Nathan. But now I got 4 new trucks, 4 new drivers. It's fucking lit. Driver manager. So who do I? What are Edgar and Nathan like pretty highly trained at this point, but they still don't cost that much to keep around, which is nice. What's Edgar been up to? Made 19K in Phoenix, and 19K in 19K in Dodge City and 19K in Oklahoma City. But he only cost me $2,000 in that same time. That's pretty good. What about Nathan? What's Nathan got going on? $24K of profit, $2,000 of profit, $37,000 of profit. Hasn't cost me anything. This guy's a legend. Mack hiring workers from underdeveloped regions, Ireland, as a cheap labor. Oh, I wonder... Hang on. Is there... Allow transparency. Would that make it so the black doesn't show? No, it still shows. I don't like that there's like the entire aquarium is surrounded by a black void that I have to crop out, but... What's the purpose of buying trailers, I wonder? I guess I can change like the loads I can do or something? I don't know.
Whale. Do you have any whales in your aquarium?
No whales, unfortunately.
So my tank is like a little bit better than yours.
I have dolphins and anglerfish. And sturgeons.
Yeah, but...
Do you have dolphins, anglerfish, and sturgeon?
If you were to like accumulate the biomass of all of your fish, I don't think it would add up to 1 whale, so...
I don't know. I have 5 fish tanks.
Yeah, but, you know. This guy looks like a boss. Maybe not. Don't be that mean to my... Bill! Oh, shit, this is a chromatic.
Ah, the chromatic troubadour.
Oh,
Kick
wait,
your ass.
where did those other 2 hits come from? I parried one and he didn't do anything.
No, he did. He blew 2 floating orbs that hit you.
Oh, I did not see them at all. Okay, I'm gonna lock in. Sorry, chat.
Okay, so I need a trailer to do the cargo market. I see. All right. Let's backseat Green's Clair Obscure gameplay. What do I have? Is this cropped? Why is this cropped? Here's what I'll do. There we go. Backseat Green stream. With tiny aquarium in the background.
What?
Ooh.
What happened?
Should have parried that.
No, I was trying to dodge even.
Must have been some kind of skill issue. Damn, Mac is playing Clair Obscure's stream long. I should just get Green to like play games for me and I can like pretend I'm the one playing.
Honestly.
Green, what if I did like a Final Fantasy 14 stream and I like pretended I was like max level and knew everything about the game, but it was just you playing?
Oh. Hey, buy me 2 Fantas and I'll do it. I'll
What?
Fantasia into whatever character. Oh, but name change. Let me...
I thought you meant Fanta like the soda, and I was very confused by what that meant.
No. Hang on, we'll talk about it after a boss fight. How about that? Yeah, I saw the orbs that time. This is not the run, I don't think.
Nah, you got this. You know about Green and her Fantas. Green loves Fanta.
I can't claim to be a true Fanta fan because I haven't even had German Fanta.
German Fanta's so good. Ah, I want that German Fanta. I found some like, okay, so World Market has actually kind of expanded their like foreign food options and like have some pretty good shit now. Some pretty weird shit now. They had a peach Fanta, a watermelon Fanta, and then they had like a yuzu and peach Fanta that was like teal from Japan, I think.
I'm so dumb. I was pressing R2 instead of R1 to try to dodge and not even parry. How much beer is in here?
No, Mac is just non-American Fanta. That's actually fair. Like a lot of the Japanese Fanta and Korean Fanta I found at World Market was pretty fucking good too. It's just American Fanta that's full of a bunch of illegal dyes and preservatives. And sugar. A lot of fucking sugar.
I don't got this. I haven't done damage in several turns. Yeah, no, this ain't it.
You're still alive, aren't you? I've heard that Jasmine Peach Fanta, that's the one. It wasn't Yuzu. Sorry, it was Jasmine Peach Fanta. Tropical Fanta and Tutti Frutti Fanta are great. Yeah, the Jasmine Peach one was great. It was pretty good. Pretty lit. It's pretty epic.
Never forget Fanta. It's all about Faygo.
I don't.
Michigan culture.
I don't care that much about Faygo.
It's because you didn't like Michigan.
That's true. Once I went back to Michigan, I did realize that I was pretty biased against Michigan. Like, Ann Arbor is, like, prettier than I remembered. But to be fair, I also always said that I liked Ann Arbor. I just didn't like that it was in Michigan.
Wait, where did I... Wait, okay, I did go in this direction. Yeah, okay. Right? Is this the right? Was this the way? Yeah. Okay.
I was not watching how you got there.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, am I just? Are you done trucking?
Yeah, I'm just watching you.
Oh,
now.
okay. Okay.
I'm putting away my wheel right now while I watch you.
I thought you were just enlarging my. Oh.
No, my neck hurts. I can't like keep streaming.
What? I thought you just enlarged my stream for a bit.
No. Now you are the streamer now. And if you start doing well, I will take credit for whatever you're doing. And say that it's me doing it. What if we fake what if I did a Monster Hunter blindfolded stream, but you were playing Monster Hunter and not me?
That'd be great. Shut up, Skippy.
We're just like, yeah, guys, Insect Blade, that's my main. Ignore every other stream where I'm sword and shielding. I'm an Insect Blade main, actually. I realized that Insect Blade would actually be easier to do blindfolded than every other weapon, even though you need to like find specific spots to get essences from. Whatever they're called.
Hey, Mac, you could do a blindfolded Claire Obscure stream right now.
I could. I absolutely could. Let me move the fish tank to a better location. Probably down there. God damn, that did a lot of damage. That was the best.
I hit R2 again. But yeah, it did do a lot of damage.
You got this. You just gotta break him.
He's got full gauge. What do you mean break him?
What do you mean?
His brake bar is like full.
Yeah, so break him.
Have I misunderstood the brake mechanic? Does it work?
If
in
the bar
other
is all
direction?
yellow, that means he's ready to break.
I thought it was if the bar was empty, they're ready to break.
No. No, if it's got the little like yellow star next to the bar, that means the bar is full and they can break.
Okay, so the weird thing is I've been breaking enemies that have 0 brake bar, and that's been working. And also yesterday when I kept saying, oh, so when you shoot them, they like recover their brake bar, you never said.
Well, I didn't know. I wasn't paying close enough attention, and I was like, maybe it does. I wasn't sure. It didn't really make sense to me, but
The bar starts out empty. Then why was I able to break so many enemies?
Have you been using like Gustav's fully charged overcharge? Because like that deals a shit ton of break damage.
I've been breaking enemies with Gustav's 0 out of 10 overcharge.
I think it just does a ton of break damage. I mean, like regular enemies are not hard to break. It's like the bosses that have huge break bars.
Okay, well, timing on that's still tricky. And also, I feel stupid now.
How embarrassing.
game's about to get a lot easier. I can at least say that much.
They do take extra damage when they're broken, by the way.
That's okay. I think recovery was more important there.
If you're a coward, maybe.
Might be a coward, but at least I'm alive.
I love making games harder out of sheer stupidity. Oh, don't call her stupid. She didn't know.
Okay, Mister didn't know that you could rest to get your tints back.
Okay, I did eventually, though.
Yeah, I think I would have figured that out as soon as you unlock.
We'll never know
Merchants-
now,
and the
because I was
merchants
nice enough to forewarn
and the
you, and now I'm
merchants-
regretting it because you're
merchants
being an
don't sell
asshole
tints.
about it.
Merchants don't sell tints, so I don't know where else you'd get them.
It's not stupid, just silly. Not green, I was referring to myself. Well, like you implied. I don't know. You out of revives now?
Yeah. I ran out when Gustav died again. So, Lune's got this, basically. And she's gonna soak up all that yummy XP for herself.
You got this. This is the one. Dogs Out Lune's got this on lock.
Bro, it's not burning. Not ideal.
You can make him. That burn damage is a good amount, and he's got more turns than you, so keeping him burning would be a good idea. Yeah, we got him.
Oh wait, that guy, I didn't even have to, I didn't get to the QTE part. Let's go.
Gaming type moment.
Okay, so, yeah, I would totally buy, like, a Dawn Trail skip and, like, a job skip and just play, like, your character. If you can, like, send me your Warrior of Lights, like, preset, and I can just make a Captain Mack play on a different server. That would be a good bit. I would do that.
The grippers are the largest part of her strength. If the dogs ain't out, she's got half as much power.
This is now a Lune foot stream.
Okay, time to end it then.
Oh.
Before I get killed by youtube.com/ Susan Wojcicki.
I don't know if you can say that last part anymore. Rest in peace, Susan.
Yeah, well, she'll always be the YouTube CEO in my heart.
Same. I don't even know the new guy.
All right, guys, make sure to tune in next time for more Tiny Aquarium.
Pourquoi why does the sign say Tour Eiffel? The Tour Eiffel n'est pas ici.
Green continues streaming at Patreon, VC. so they can all make fun of you. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you as always. I'll catch you on the next stream on Saturday, which should be Lies of P unless something comes up. I don't think there should be any reason that I would not play Lies of P on Saturday, but just throwing it out there. So, yeah, we'll start peeing on next stream on Saturday, and I'll see you then.
How about instead of Liza P, you play Liza Minnelli?
That's a human being. I can't play her. That would be unethical. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.